On an episode of Much to Do About Nothing, the show where me and Joel take our role for everything, force you guys to listen to it. I'm Juwaan. Joined with me as always is Joel. What's up, Joel?
What's up, Juwaan?
This is a pretty good weekend, man. Pretty good weekend.
Wasn't bad.
Yeah, Bengals won like I told you they would. You know, try to always tell you guys things that are coming. No one ever wants to listen to me. But you know, for Joel's sake, Tom Brady might be retiring. You know, it was pretty good. Pretty good, you know?
Football wise, it was good. Basketball wise, it was not as good.
No, it wasn't. But I want to start off with you got a new head coach.
I did.
You did. And you just fucking love that Belichick tree, huh?
Well, he did more than Belichick, but yeah.
So all right, so go ahead, Joel, because I got nothing really to add. I'm somewhat familiar with the gentleman, but obviously I'm not the Giants fan, so I only want to hear from you. I don't need to hear myself talk. So walk me through your thoughts on your new GM and your new head coach.
Well, I don't know much about them. I just know that they were on the Bills. You know what I mean? Honestly, I know more about them now. And I've seen what they've done with Buffalo in the last couple of years, so it's not like it's not impressive, but a different roster, so you got to work with what you got. I've heard Joe Shane seems like a smart guy, analytical guy, so I'm give him a chance to show that. At least he doesn't come off as cocky as Gettleman, Mr. Know-It-All, you know. So at least seems like he'll listen a little more. So, and then now with Dabble.
Yeah, Dabble.
Dabble.
Mm-hmm.
Dabble or Dabble?
Dabble, I believe.
Dabble. Coach Dabble, the Bull. I like him. I mean, I saw his press conference today. Very genuine. Not full of himself, it seems, which I appreciate. Seems like he's a funny dude. Seems like a guy I worked with before, so I already like the guy. I guess that's appealing. He's a very down to earth. But he seems like a very well-rounded guy because apparently he's worked all over the coaching spectrum. Obviously, he's more emphasis on offense, but he definitely worked on even on the defensive side at one point. So. That's impressive. He's been all over, so he's not really stringent on one way, it seems. So I like what I've heard, I like what I've seen, but you know everything's nice and roses in the beginning. Right. Let's see how they draft and see how he implements everything and how he works with the rest of our guys, and hopefully this one works out. You know?
What are your thoughts on him saying that he's going to try his best to retain your defensive coordinator?
Well, he said he'll keep him as long as he doesn't get a coaching job.
Right.
So I like it. I mean, our defense wasn't a problem. I mean, last year wasn't good, but that's because our offense was shit, absolute shit. So
I agree.
They didn't compliment our defense at all. But our defense, when it was good, or like the year before, we were pretty good. We were really good. You know, now you add some talent to that, and Patrick Graham's not a bad defensive player, and look, that's something like the defense doesn't have to worry about learning something new. There's something they're comfortable with. So a lot of the guys will. That's to me that's a step forward. Now, what have I liked some a little more, maybe a little better? Sure, but you never know how that works out. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, as of right now, I'm familiar with Patrick Graham. I know what he can do. I know he was not the problem with the last regime. So as long as you know that's what Coach wants, I'm down with it.
Yeah, and I'm looking here because I wanted to. Hopefully, my phone fucking. Okay, there we go. So I'm looking here. So I'm looking at. I'm gonna throw out some names, and you just tell me what seems appealing to you, as far as realistic things for the Giants to go after. Okay. So you're very comfortable with their wide receiving core. You at least want to see what it looks like under a new head coach. But Allen Robinson is a free agent. Chris Godwin, coming off of that ACL, is a free agent. You got Devontae Adams, but I think you can probably toss that up to he'll probably want to go anywhere Aaron goes. Excuse me. Stephon Gilmore, Calais Campbell, Joe Hayden, Marcus May. Also somebody I think you guys should put in your back pocket is Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
I think you should put it because at least if Daniel Jones goes down, we don't have to go through this whole, well, Jesus, we know we're not going to win games with our fucking backups. You know what I'm saying? Like at least
especially that, bro, those backups. Oh.
Right. At least you can say this is a very competent, backup,
Right.
Jamison Crowder, Ndamukong Suh, Chris Harris, he's a corner. Zach Ertz, tight end. I know you know Zach Ertz. I'm sorry. Patrick Peterson, Davian Clowney, Juju Smith-Schuster.
Wow.
Quandre Diggs, who's a safety. Emmanuel Sanders, but he'll probably retire more than likely. Tyrod Taylor. Say it again.
Any O-linemen?
Oh yes, I skipped a whole bunch. I can go through them. I'm so sorry.
Well, that's way more important to me right now.
No. I completely get you. Let me just see who. I just was going through like. I don't think you guys have a shutdown corner, so I'm going through some of the big name corners that are available that maybe you guys can get.
No. We went like the year before. This year was not as good as last year, but
right.
We have good corners. They're not shut down.
Absolutely, just not shut down, and you need at least one. At least.
Right.
One. But let me go back up. I just want to see a little bit more of these names. Philip Lindsay is a good name for you guys. Cordell Patterson is a good name for you guys. Ted Karras, who's a center.
Oh yeah.
Shit. Let me see. Oh shit. Jabril Peppers and Evan Ingram are free agents. Shit.
Yeah, I don't know if Jabril Peppers coming back.
I don't think so. I don't know if
I don't know about Evan Ingram coming
back. Yeah. But there's a lot of really good Njoku is a free agent from Cleveland.
I like
from Cleveland. He's a free agent. Rashad Hill is a guard. Somebody
we don't have a lot of money to play with. So we're gonna have to be it won't be a lot of signings if we get one.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If you, because to me, I kind of feel like this offense, again, you got to kind of see what it looks like under your new head coach. But if you had at least a lockdown corner, it just makes your defense so much easier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. More than just Bradbury. And I love Bradbury, but he had a little bit of an off year.
Right.
Add another one and something there. Like another year of Xavier McKinney. That kid's good, man.
Jason Peters from he played in Philly, but he was in Chicago this past season. He's a left tackle. Like a lot of these names I'm reading are way down on the list. So these names shouldn't be expensive.
Right. That's what I'm not. I mean, we need obviously we're gonna draft a right tackle or a guard, center, who knows. Right now, the only position on the line that we're not 100% worried about is left tackle, but because luckily Andrew Thomas worked out. But the rest of the line needs help, so whatever talent we can add.
I will say this, Joel, being completely honest with you, bro, there's a lot of really, really, really good wide receivers and backup quarterbacks. Like a lot of really good fucking backup quarterbacks.
Well, I want them as good a backup quarterback as you can get, considering I'm not sure how healthy.
Bro, I'm looking right here, and I'm gonna go back up so I can name you the offensive lineman. Shit, where did I just see him? Those are cornerbacks. Obviously, you have Mike Lennon, so you don't really necessarily want that back.
Never.
Chad Henne. Ryan Fitzpatrick, Blaine Gabbert.
Available?
Say it again.
Trubisky, was he available?
Trubisky is available. Yep. That's where everyone was assuming Mitchell Trubisky would end up. Mainly because he'd have a really good chance to actually fucking
He will
start.
play.
Right. Right. Yeah, Mitchell Trubisky is
Wow.
available. Let me see if there's another big name. Clearly, you guys wouldn't want Cam Newton. Joe Flacco, Marcus Mariota, Teddy Bridgewater,
Oh man.
Kobe Brissett, Jameis Winston,
Ooh.
Tyrod Taylor.
There's a couple guys there, but some of those guys are definitely looking for a starting job.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. Those guys looking for starting jobs, those organizations that are looking for quarterbacks, probably going to try their best to either draft or see what's going on with Aaron, Deshaun, like guys like that are somewhat available that they can go after. So some of these guys I'm naming, the likelihood of them being a starting quarterback means that they struck out. Andy Dalton, Ryan Fitzpatrick,
Right.
obviously Ben Roethlisberger retired. I don't know why they have him there.
Yeah, he's done. Benefit.
And I didn't know this. Nate Solder is a free agent, so you guys don't have to worry about that anymore.
Look at that. That's on you guys.
I thought we were saying he had another year.
No.
We thought he had another year. But yeah, man, you got a lot of big names here that you guys can go after. And again, I'm not saying it like you guys are going to go on a spending spree. I'm just saying it's, again, names that seem doable. None of the names that I was reading to you sound like, and look, a guy like Stephon Gilmore, you know what his market value is? 2 years, 28 mil.
Not bad.
Averaging 14.
Oh,
and
man.
the NFL ranks him the 8th best corner in the NFL.
As of right now, Patrick Graham is still in contention for the Vikings head coaching job. But apparently Jim Harbaugh is going to interview for Minnesota. So
if Jim Harbaugh, interviews for that job, he's getting it.
That's what it looks like, though. He's going to interview Wednesday.
I don't understand how you let that man walk in the door and then just go, nah. Thank you.
What's that guy's up to Jim Harbaugh? Like, oh, maybe I don't like it.
Like, that makes absolutely no sense. All right. So that's something for the Giants to look out for. Like I said, a good quarterback and a good head coach changes an organization drastically. We're seeing it right now in Cincinnati. They got their new head coach. They got their quarterback of the future, and they're in the Super Bowl his second year. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that it always works that fast, but Andy Reid did do that shit with Patrick. We're seeing it done with the Bengals, so it happens. You know what I'm saying? It's doable. Right. But the biggest problem for the Giants figuring out is that you're a quarterback of the future. And because they don't know that, you know that he's your quarterback for next year. But the future is the only reason why I'm very curious how this plays out. And that's why I said I'm glad they didn't go for a big name for head coach, because the city of New York has a horrible track record of just forcing success. Like, goddamn, bro, I just got here. Your team wasn't great. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if Bill Belichick showed up, don't expect a Super Bowl the first year. Your team wasn't great. Like, your team wasn't a coach away. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm glad you got somebody like this that no one really knows all that well. So you can kind of just hopefully grow with this head coach. Give him time. Grow with it.
Yeah, I'm excited. There are a lot of people talking. I saw some people talking junk. I guess that's all they gave all the credit to Josh Allen. I'm like, all right, cool. He's a great talent. I don't disagree. But he had some coaching.
I still, again, try to remind people that Josh Allen in his first 2 years is not the Josh Allen of his last 2 years. Josh Allen in his first 2 years, no one was talking about him like they're talking about Joe Burrow in his first 2 years. So let's relax. Coaching was very important to Josh Allen, for sure. Guys, this episode is brought to you by Blue Chew. With cuffing season right around the corner, you're going to want to satisfy your lady. And now you can with Blue Chew, which is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable tablets and at a fraction of the cost. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is very simple. You sign up at bluechew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part? It's all done online. So no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA and are prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package. With Blue Chew, men everywhere are excited to see the postman because when your package has arrived, your package has arrived. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code GVN at checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping. $5 for shipping. That's it. That's bluechew.com, promo code GVN to receive your first month free. Visit bluechew.com for more details on important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring our podcast. But all right, let's move on. Obviously, the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl, and so are the Rams.
Sure.
You excited about that matchup?
I love new teams in the Super Bowl. So yes, I like the Bengals there. I really have between the Niners and the Rams. At that point, I was like, they've both been there already recently. So
right.
It's like, so I guess
it wasn't good for either one of them.
Right, and I'm like, for me, it was like the Rams have the most talent, so I just feel like they should go, but we'll see. And they did; they pulled it out of their ass. So it's closer than I expected, honestly. But
they really did pull that game out of their asses. Matthew Stafford tried his best to lose that fucking game. Do you think it's ever a bad thing for the NFL to not have a villain?
No, not necessarily. I mean, there's always going to be a villain. As long as you have rivalries.
No.
Someone's always going to have
Super Bowl. I mean, because like what made the Super Bowl, what usually has made the Super Bowl over the last 10 years very exciting is that you had Brady in it. So it was very easy for fans to go, well, fuck Brady, right? Like I don't want to see Brady keep winning. So it was very easy to find a hero in whoever was playing Tom Brady, right? And then slowly it became, well, fuck Patrick Mahomes. Whoever is facing Patrick Mahomes. But now it's kind of like, your fair weather NFL fans don't know Joe Burrow. They don't really know Matthew Stafford all that well. So it's kind of just like, I don't really give a fuck who wins at this point. And I think NFL is usually its most exciting because NFL to me, I always look at like boxing. It's always good to have a Floyd Mayweather, right? Because it's always the guy that you're just like, no. He's the Yankees. Fuck that guy, right? And then to see him win, you're just like, God damn, the Yankees did it again, man. Damn, they're so good, So it's to see the bad guy be the bad guy. But when you look at these two teams, you're just like, I fucking love both of these guys. I want to hug both of them, like fucking Joe Burrow. Yeah,
I mean,
who was ever.
For me, it's no biggie because to me, I don't have a dog in the race, so it's like I'm just gonna enjoy the show. It's less stressful, I'll say that. So I guess no, for me, it's not a big deal because like I don't have to like worry about wanting to see someone lose.
Right.
And sometimes it's just easier to watch a game that way.
So you're saying you don't like to watch the game like Darth Sidious, where you're just like, good, evil.
No, I don't need to see hate flow through me ever. like my worst nightmare is like Cowboys Patriots Super Bowl. I don't know, I would cry. Like,
man. Oh man, I don't even know what I would do. Cowboys Patriots. Oh shit.
I don't think I'd watch it. I'm probably just saying I'm not gonna sit this one out this year.
I think the only way I'd be able to peacefully enjoy that game is knowing that the Cowboys will find a way to fuck up. So it's like, I at least know I can get my win. I mean, I know that doesn't do anything for you, but at least I know I can get my win. That's really all I care.
I don't.
But no, you've already lived through your worst nightmare. Philly in New England.
I was bad, but Cowboys was worse. But yeah, Philly was.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if Dallas fans can get any worse than what those fucking Philly fans were. That was horrendous. That was
they live closer, but the fact that there are as many Cowboy fans this close to New Jersey, just no. Oh, it's bad.
Yeah.
Bad.
It lets you know that 9 times out of 10, it's more so because it's a family of people that just weren't really football fans that much. Like they would just watch it, but they didn't really have a team.
Right.
So it means that their dads flocked in the 90s. They were just like, well, Cowboys, you know?
Exactly. And that same thing goes for the Niners. Like my sister's a Niners fan. I'm like, how the fuck you a Niners fan? Like,
but you know what, Joel? You know what should put a smile on your face?
mm-hmm.
Is what you did to them in the playoffs on your way to a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So you can say, I've won 2 Super Bowls. And the last time you were even close to this was Joe Montana. Joe Montana and Jerry Rice.
Winning rings, but they were in the Super Bowl.
Actually winning a championship.
We almost got a repeat. It was almost Chiefs Niners. I was like, again? Like,
it almost happened, bro. It almost happened. And I still look at that. And I'm just like, Jimmy G, you had someone wide fucking open in that Super Bowl. And you overthrew him. You just can never do that in the Super Bowl. Overthrowing someone? Yikes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm rooting for Joe Burrow. That's my guy, man. I love Joe Burrow. I love Joe Burrow. That's my guy. I already said today on Drew's show. I think Jamar Chase will be the Super Bowl MVP. So that's what I'm going with. I know it rarely happens, but look, Julian Edelman got it. Troy Brown got it. Did Ben get it that year? Or did Santonio Holmes get it? Like wide receivers have gotten it a lot before. It's just usually you go, it's a quarterback. It's kind of like the MVP of the regular season. Kind of like that's a quarterback award. You know, you rarely go, here you go running back, here you go a wide receiver, a tight end. They'd have to do some like 3,000 yards type shit to get
literally carrying the team. Carrying.
Right. Literally. So that's just rare. That's just very rare. But all right. We can get out of football. Let's get into basketball. I'm gonna just say it, Joel. Julius Randle's got to go. And I'm basing this solely off of the last game. I saw it live and I almost threw up. Where I think it was Nerlens, or was it Grimes? It was either Nerlens or Grimes. They fell down hard, right? And Julius looked at him and then kept walking away. And then other teammates had to come help that guy up. And I just said, nah, you can't do that. You just can't do that. That you're the leader. How the fuck you look at the guy and just, you can get yourself up. The body language has just been horrible. It rubbed me the wrong way, him not being available to the media that day, forcing RJ to have to go about it alone. It's just a lot that I didn't like. And I'm like, at this point, I think it's best for both sides. I think it's best for him to get a fresh start, maybe somewhere smaller where there's no pressure on him. And for us to go get whatever pieces we can get for it. And someone said this on Twitter, and I'm going to pass it over to you, Joel. I agree. They were just like, shout out to Leon Rose for not feeling the pressure in the beginning of the season by getting rid of all these kids to go try to get Damian Lillard. Because right now, Damian Lillard's not playing because he's injured. And Julius Randle is drastically worse than he was last year. So it's like we'd be stuck with someone who's not playing and someone who is playing pretty badly. So you look at it and you're kind of just like, well, at least we can say, because I told you before, I would have no problem if you told me that we traded Jules, we got assets, but we're kind of doing a youth movement. I told you I've been ready for that. I'm not waiting for a superstar to fall out of the rafters into our hands. I'm fine with a youth movement. I think our youth group is that good. And I'm not comparing the players, but I remember when people were looking at Mark Jackson with Draymond, Clay, and Steph and saying, who the fuck are these guys? And then they took the entire fucking world by storm. And that was all coaching. When Clay was drafted, no one was saying, yo, that's about to be the greatest two-way player in the league. No one thought that. Draymond Green, one of the greatest point forwards ever. Like, no one saw any of that shit coming. Steph, the boy couldn't stay healthy. And then they all just, I think they sold their souls to the devil, but they all just transformed into this great franchise.
I
So
know those two guys we definitely wanted in the draft. I remember those drafts. But
1,000%.
they both got taken way before. Like, damn it, man.
It always happens to us like that. So you kind of got to look at Miles, not Miles, Deuce McBride, right? You got to look at him. You got to look at Sims. You got to look at Mitchell. You got to look at Quickly. You got to look at Grimes. You got to go, those are some really good fucking draft picks. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could have missed out on all those guys.
Yeah, and apparently that kid Rokas is playing really well in Europe. So,
no, fucking look at that. So walk me in. Last thing, I'm sorry, because I really wanted to ask you this, Joel, because it's really been bothering me. Does it irk you when you see the game we had against Milwaukee? I'm not talking about how we played against Milwaukee. We're not going through that. It was a loss. We're past it. But does it bug you to see Milwaukee's record and go, we're not that far from what their record is, but we just can't string along wins enough to get there? Their record is not drastically better than ours.
No, not many teams are.
No.
We're not that far off, but we just, this has been a really bad 10 games. Like, been really bad. Like, I think we lost the last 6 out of 7 games until today. Now I guess we won. What was it now?
Against the Kings.
Yeah, we just won against the Kings, so we're like, but still, that's 2 wins in the last 8 games.
Right.
2.
Yeah.
2 wins in the last 8. It's crazy. That's not been good. It's been really bad the last couple.
Especially when a lot of those games we were right in it.
Yeah, the Cleveland game, that could have been ours. Milwaukee could have been ours.
Right. You look at those and you just go, oh man. Oh,
it's just like, God damn it! Like a lot of those games are winnable.
Right.
They're just not good. I mean, they just. Ugh. I mean, the starters especially, but the last 2 games the starters have looked better. Obviously not enough. Luckily we played the worst team in the league today,
and their best player was out.
Well, yeah, imagine, and their best player didn't play, so that helps. It's just insane. We'll see whoever's next. The next couple games, because we have a hard schedule.
Grizzlies, Lakers. It's Grizzlies, Lakers, and I forgot the third team. But it's Grizzlies on Wednesday, Lakers on Saturday.
Not to say that the Lakers they're no scrubs. They're not great, but they're not. But we have a similar record. Let's put it that way.
And I'll say this: what terrifies me the most about this Lakers game is the last time the Knicks played the Lakers, LeBron wasn't healthy. LeBron will make sure he's playing in that fucking game. Mm-hmm. Everybody will make sure they're playing in that game. Whoever was hurt on that team will magically have reviving waters and go, I'm fucking playing that game.
Look at the Celtics. They just beat the Heat today. 122-92. Celtics look rejuvenated.
The just blew Milwaukee out by 26.
Denver.
Yeah, and it's just like, what the fuck? This season of the NBA is probably the most wide open it's ever been, ever. To where you're just like, yeah, sure, Brooklyn could go. Sure, Milwaukee could go. Sure, Chicago could go.
Yeah, it's weird.
Sure, anybody in the top 6 could go. I mean, hell, we said it before, Joel. The Cavaliers are a trade away from us having to take them a lot more seriously than a lot of people are. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, it's so wide open. The West, meanwhile, you kind of just look at it and you're like, unless Ja Morant can make like an evolutionary step, it just seems like it's Golden State's conference to lose.
Memphis is good too.
No, I agree, but I'm saying to beat Golden State fully healthy, Ja Morant would have to make that next step. And I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying he would have to in order for me to even believe that a fully healthy Golden State loses to the Grizzlies. I just don't see it. Wiseman coming back, Clay starting to get more and more healthy.
I want to see what he looks like.
Draymond. Who, Wiseman?
Yeah.
I'm with you. I just found out yesterday that Wiseman could shoot threes.
Oh, he can shoot threes.
I was playing with the Warriors in 2K, and I was just like, shit, the clock is running down. So I shot it, and he made it. And I was like, okay. I didn't know you could do that. All right.
I still haven't bought the new 2K yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you have if the Knicks were better?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. No problem. I thought so.
Yeah, I can't do it. I won't play. I won't even look at the game when we lose. When we're like this,
Hmm.
I can't do it.
I feel you. It's just, to me, sometimes it's like watching a really good basketball game, right? And you're just like, fuck, that was good. Like, I kind of want to play that. And then I have to remind myself, like, I want to play as the Knicks, but I just watched them lose, so can't do that. Like,
The only other time I play with other teams is when I go like during the playoffs. I'll play that playoff game with those teams. Like my favorite of the two teams, I'll play with that team or the underdog just to see how hard it is.
that
But
should be hard, that's for sure.
sometimes it is hard, just a bit. Or sometimes I used to do a thing where I'd play with the worst team in the league versus the best team in the league just to see like how much. And it's a bitch, bro. The 2K is very one sided sometimes.
Very
God
one-sided.
damn! All right, we can make at least 1 3. This is
Bro,
ridiculous.
I shot a wide open three with Curry, and that shit hit nothing but rim. Like, it just clanked rim, and I'm just like, what? Like, I didn't shoot this with Wiggins. I shot this with Curry. I don't understand.
Yeah.
But yeah. So before we move on, are you feeling as though right now, if you had to pull the trigger, are you getting rid of Julius
If for the right package, yeah. Yeah.
Randle? Okay.
Not for nothing.
No. I don't mean just throw them away for pennies and dimes. I just mean, are you ready to say it's not working?
Yeah. I'm over it, you know.
Yeah.
It's just more his play than anything else. Like he had a decent game today, but
It was more so just a great team game, really.
yeah,
You know what
it
I'm
really
saying?
was. Everyone played well. But again, it was against the Kings. So we'll see what we look like against the Grizzlies. Now if we pull them out and play really good against the Grizzlies, I'll feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
But good luck with
I
that.
just kind of feel like last year there were so many Julius Randle games, right?
There
So
really was.
like, bro, he rebounded the hell out of this game, regardless if we won or lost. He was a monster, or he had like 10 assists. He was dishing it today, or he had
Triple doubles.
34. He was scoring it today. I've never felt like that. Only time I felt like that, I'm sorry, I just lied to you. It was the first game against Boston. So I was just like, he's back, baby. And then the very next game, I was just like, ooh, ugh,
Not so much.
yikes. And then Fournier even more. I was just like, what did you guys do from game 1 to game 2? Why is it so staggering? But no, I mean, the season started off great. And then I don't know. Like I said, it reminded me.
5-0, I think we started.
It was 5-0. And remember, we were the only team to knock off the Bulls at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, where everyone was just like, "Oh, the Bulls they're gonna run through the East," and we were just like, "No, thank you."
Not this week.
Not this week. And it just reminds me. I tell you all the time. It reminds me of the Jeff Hornacek season with Rose, Porzingis, and Melo. Where up until Christmas we were really fucking good, and then something just changed. I still to this day don't know what it was. I don't know what it is with the Knicks now. They started the season great. RJ was looking great. Fournier was looking great. Randall was looking great. Even Kimba in that Sixers game was looking great. And we were just like, all right, it's a well-oiled machine. We're moving here. And then just plateau. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was a deep fucking, like, it was like, it's the equivalent of someone just pushing you off a cliff, not just falling off one. Someone just launched your ass off that shit.
Yeah.
But all right, enough being depressed about the Knicks. Let's move on. Did you see the Royal Rumble?
I did watch football.
I will say this: neither one of the actual Royal Rumbles were interesting to me whatsoever. I think they were very obvious. I also heard about the Brock thing like Thursday of last week. I heard people reporting about it, so I was just like, "Oh, that fucking sucks." But the Roman Reigns Seth Rollins match was fucking epic. I watched that match like 6 times. It was so good. I loved everything about it. I love Seth coming out, and I was telling Mike today, I was like, that's why I hate that Vince has like such a shitty relationship with people that leave. Because I'm like, how dope would that have been if Seth was able to bring Moxley out with him? To really mess with Roman's head. Like, look, Shield is back, just not you. Like, we're fully back. just know you.
Right.
And Moxley just kind of walks him down to the ring or whatever. But clearly when he left, it wasn't on the best of terms. So Renee left on better terms than Moxley did.
Oh, way better.
Way better. And the only other match that I really truly enjoyed was the ending of Bobby and Brock. Seeing Roman come out and Heyman screw Lesnar over.
That was pretty cool. Yeah.
I enjoyed that a lot. I was just like, oh, okay, all right. And now tonight on Raw, it's very confusing because like Brock came out and he's like, I'm fighting Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. And we're like, okay, yeah, we saw that coming. And then he goes, but I'm going to be in the Elimination Chamber to fight Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship. And it's
Wants
like,
all the titles.
yeah, I'm like, I'm so confused. Like, why would you think we want to see another champion versus champion? That's like, no, I have no interest in that, none whatsoever. Let Bobby have the WWE Championship against whoever. But did you like the Rumble overall?
It was all right. I enjoyed it because the Rumble was my favorite because I don't know. I just love the Royal Rumble. So in that regard, yes, I enjoyed the Rumble. But yeah, like you said, it was like I probably enjoyed the Women's Rumble a little more than the guys this year, which is weird, but it's true. I didn't know Ronda was coming back, so that was fun. And the guys one I expected more pop like surprises, and I didn't get them all. I was like, oh. It was like, damn it.
The most about that, he fucking fired everybody that would have been the coolest surprises. Like it would have been awesome to see Bray Wyatt come back at the Rumble or something like that. But
something cool, but there was nothing cool. Shane McMahon was the most what the fuck.
Like, did you hear why Shane McMahon came out? So no, apparently the rumor has it Mustafa Ali wants out.
I do know contract.
Yeah. And Vince isn't letting him. So everyone was saying on Twitter, like, we'll see you at the Rumble. And he said, oh, absolutely not. I will not be participating in the Royal Rumble. So it seems more so like when Mustafa refused to do the Rumble, Vince was just like, well, we got to do something. Shane, get your ass out there. Get dressed.
You have no one else?
Like, we got nothing else. Like it's either you or we got to dig Undertaker up, and I don't want to do that. So,
I think Undertaker was there too. So, like,
Triple H would have been awesome. Like that would have been a better pop.
Yeah, there was not a lot. Like there was no like veteran. Was there? Like I'm trying to think.
No, because the biggest
Johnny Knoxville.
No. The biggest surprise for the men's, I think, was Shane. No. I'm sorry. No. Sorry, I'm lying. The biggest pop in the Rumble was when Brock came out.
Yes, I also didn't know that was coming, but still, like I'm like I just saw Brock. It's not fun. Like,
no, but see,
I popped because I was not expecting it, but I also am like, damn it.
That's what makes me not enjoy these Rumbles. Is that to me, what used to make the Royal Rumble special is when someone unexpected wins it. In the last year,
when like I don't have to win it. I just want to see someone I did not expect to show up.
See, because I go back to seeing when Ray won it. I loved it. When Cena made his great return to MSG that year at the Royal Rumble and he won it. I wasn't expecting that. Like I want the unexpected. When Drew won last year, they were building him up to where it was just like, well, if he didn't win, that was the most wasted buildup you've ever had.
Well, Edge won it last year.
Did he?
Look at it.
Yes, he did. He did. The year before, sorry. But you also built up Edge. Him winning wasn't just like, what? No, that's crazy. It was kind of just like, oh, yeah. I mean, I could have seen it. Yeah,
the last time I was surprised was Nakamura. I was not expecting Nakamura. I was like, all right.
but see, it's because it's someone new. It's someone that is just like, okay, cool. We're seeing a different face, not the same three people every other year rotating this shit. So that's usually my biggest issue. Bianca Belair winning last year was just like, oh, I love this.
You know what's funny about the Brock winning thing? It was obvious he was gonna win, but that's his first win. That's his first Rumble win.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Only accolade.
He wins so much, you forget he never won a Rumble. You're like, oh shit.
Right.
Good on me, you know.
You're just like, oh man, shit. I thought you would have done this before.
Easily would have won at least one of them. None never.
Right. Well, to be fair, they just launch him into championship matches, so he doesn't usually have to do the dirty work to get it.
That's true too. Yeah.
I mean, hell, remember the year he won Money in the Bank? He just came out at the end of it when everyone was down. Just came out, set up the ladder, climbed, grabbed it. He didn't have to fight anyone, do anything. So I'm like, usually they don't make Brock have to go through dirty work to get it.
I actually enjoyed the Bobby Lashley Lesnar match.
With Lashley?
Mm-hmm.
They botched a lot. Like, goodness gracious. When he was suplexing Lashley, no, I'm sorry, when Lashley suplexed Brock, and it was
almost talking about his head, yo.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh, you're supposed to go lower in the waist so that his back is what's hitting the mat, not his fucking neck like that. Jesus.
Yeah. But every time Bobby got it, he kept turning because I guess he was hurting because he didn't want to fall on his neck.
He did not.
He kept falling like Ric Flair falls.
Yeah, he was like shoulder. But no, I enjoyed that match too. I was just saying my favorite part of the match was the Roman reveal. It was like, oh fuck, okay.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, I like that too.
I like that.
So I'm like, wow, I'm not expecting a double turn.
I think what shocked me the most about Heyman doing that is Roman is good on the mic now, right?
Yeah.
So like, well, Roman is someone that you don't go, well, you need a mouthpiece. Brock is somebody I never want to hear on a microphone. Hearing him at the start of Raw tonight was just like, oh God, I miss Paul Heyman. But I have to admit, I told you before, I never want to see Roman as a face again. Ever. Ever.
Bad as a heel. So is Seth Rollins.
I think Seth Rollins is more so a mid, like what The Rock became.
He's just mid, I think is what you're saying.
No, I'm not, because you know how much I fucking love Seth Rollins.
I can't stand Seth Rollins.
But I think Roman Reigns should be the polar opposite of Cena. If Cena is your smiling face, always in front of the camera, you're good guy, you should have someone that's the polar opposite. And I think Roman just works best that way. Like, God damn, I never want to see. Like, I'm good guy now, Roman. Like, oh fuck no. I've had that. Nothing.
Well, yeah, that's why the crowd was confused. They're like, "Oh, what are we cheering for?"
like fuck Brock, but fuck Roman too. I don't know. Like,
no, it's fuck Seth or fuck Roman. Who are we fucking here?
Like, we just fucking everybody. I don't know.
Like everyone.
So far, this Elimination Chamber is Austin Theory, Lashley, Lesnar, Rollins, and Riddle.
What is it? For what?
For the Elimination Chamber is Austin Theory, Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, and Matt Riddle.
Austin Theory?
Yeah, and now I think we're gonna see AJ versus Rey Mysterio. Winner goes on to Elimination Chamber.
Well, that's gonna be good. I think AJ is gonna take it though. Fuck.
I hope he does. Only reason I don't want to see Rey in that is there's not many high flyers, so it's like I don't know how much I'm gonna enjoy Rey versus Bobby or Rey versus Brock before it's just like, yeah, okay, pin him. Like, get this over with. Like, Rey's not gonna win it clearly, so just get this over with.
That's what my problem is these days. I know he's not gonna win. I want him to win because he's one of my favorite wrestlers. But if he's not gonna win, why do you put him in the matches now? I don't get it.
I am 100% with you. It's why I thought AJ Styles was gonna win the Rumble this year.
I did too, or at least be Final Four.
Right. I think he's approaching his last run with WWE. Because if you're AJ, you have to be very happy with what you've done so far.
Yeah, I'm saying, what can I do over there?
Every title except for SmackDown and Universal Championship. He's won every other title: United States, Intercontinental, WWE, and Raw Tag Team. So I'm like, yeah, you've done it, man. You've done it. And I'm like, I wouldn't have minded Bobby Lashley versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania. I wouldn't have minded it one bit. I wouldn't have really cared who won. Because I really do I've always been a Bobby Lashley fan. So I wouldn't have cared, but I want to see AJ in more things. And I want them to decide, are you making Ray and his son a tag team? Are they singles? Figure that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I haven't seen them in a tag team championship match in a while.
Yeah, they got to do more with him because Dominic needs more character progression. There should be some type of storyline where he earns a mask or something.
I agree, but I also agree Dominic's best progression will be away from his dad.
Yeah, when he goes completely solo.
Right. If you just moved him to SmackDown and kept Ray in Raw.
Yeah. I mean, that's possible, I guess, so in the next draft.
Right. I think that's the best course for him. Because I'm like, I would love to see Dominic versus Shinsuke for the Intercontinental Championship. I would love to see it. Two guys like that. I would like to see it, regardless if he wins or not. I'd like to see it. But all right, let's move on. You know what I want to talk about, Joel?
Oh.
I want to talk about power.
Wow.
I want to talk about power. Okay, so someone had a fan theory that I just knew you would laugh at. Let me see if I still have it here. So their fan theory in Long Story Less Long is that they think what's that guy's name that threatened Tariq? The one that threatened Tariq in his dorm room. Mecca. They think Mecca is Ghost's brother. That's the theory. And I'm trying to find how they explained it. Because when they explained it, I'm like, okay. I mean, I guess it's plausible. I guess the way they were explaining it.
They're like half brothers then.
Yes, essentially half brothers, yeah. Because we saw his uncle. So we assume daddy gotta be black. Daddy gotta be black. He gotta be black.
They're telling me Kane is half Hispanic, so maybe not.
That is true. And Ghost spoke some of the best Spanish I've ever heard someone not Spanish speak. So, I mean, is that wrong to say?
Not at all. No, it was good.
Every time I kept hearing him speak Spanish, I was just like, is he Spanish? I don't fucking know. I don't know anymore. Let me see if I can find it. So while I look for it, you tell me your thoughts on this week's episode of Power.
Another good episode of Power. I love how it started, reminding me of why I hated Tariq. I'm like, as it should. It should just remind you every week why this kid deserves to not have a show. But we continue. We go forward. It was only a nightmare. I really wish he answered that phone, though. I think he will at one point. He will have a nightmare, and he will answer and be his daddy's voice.
See, you know what's funny for me? I thought they couldn't afford it. I thought that's all that was. They were just like, we can afford these guys, but
of course they can afford a voiceover.
No. I meant they couldn't afford him to actually be there in person with everybody.
I think he's just suppressing it. I mean, that's a good way of explaining it. He's just suppressing it. He don't want to see his father. Because he's gonna have to see the guilt if he still has. I don't even know if that kid has emotions.
He has emotions. Come on, you saw it.
Oh, he rarely cries. That motherfucker is probably a serial killer deep down.
Why does he have to cry?
He has zero emotion. He's selfish is more of his best emotion.
Oh my goodness. He tried to protect that girl. Come on.
Yeah, he did. He did try. But did he succeed? And that's the question of the day.
No, well, don't do that. Because I watched Angela die in Ghost's arms. Okay, so
yeah, we saw her die, yes. We didn't see this girl die. So that's still
I think she's
open
not
for
dead.
debate.
Yeah, I don't think she's dead.
Yeah, that's open for debate.
But here's the theory. And again, it's not a great theory, but it's one that's just like, okay, whatever. What if Mecca is Ghost's brother? In book 1, Tommy asked Ghost what happened to his brother and called him that Spanish motherfucker. And Ghost said he was in the military. And Ghost did speak Spanish pretty fluently.
Oh, I didn't have no idea. I don't remember that.
I don't remember that at all. So
But I
that's
don't think
I'm like,
Dante's Spanish though. Mecca.
I don't know. You'd have to tell me. I don't know.
I don't think he's. I don't think he is. I don't think he's Spanish. I
I,
looked him up. Because like, um, he's because I know this because I remember I'm very curious because everybody tell me who's Spanish, who's not Spanish, and everyone doesn't look at me. Well, lie to me, bro. Like,
Joel's like, don't you do this to me.
tell me who's like, what. But this dude that's playing Mecca or Dante, I think he's half black, half white. So like,
Oh wow. Ugh.
yeah, so I don't think he's Hispanic. Unlike this dude who is Lorenzo. Yeah, he's Spanish.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think
I don't know. And like I said, I don't remember that whole brother conversation. I don't remember
I don't
that.
either. I'm like, so that means is he was it like wait, if is it half brother or is it like full brother? Because if that's his full brother, that means Ghost is half Spanish.
I don't know. But one thing we do know that's always been the biggest question mark. We've never heard Ghost speak about his mother.
No, we didn't.
We heard him speak about his dad in the last season because his uncle.
Right, we saw his uncle, right.
So we were talking
St. Patrick's. So his father was black at the very least. Right?
Yes, we know that for sure. But I never heard him speak about his mom's side. So it's very possible that it's from the mom's. Again, I don't need this to be true. I just thought when I came across
I don't think it is true, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah. I just thought it was, you know what? I put this in the same vein of when everyone assumed the name Cain meant Canaan was his father. And it intrigued me. It was like, well, that makes way more sense than him being Spanish. Like, I could accept that way more than anything else.
When I found out, I thought when what's the kid's name? Damn it.
Who?
The basketball player.
Shit. I was hoping you weren't talking about him because I forgot his name. Hold on, it's okay. I'm gonna look up the cast. Just say what you say, and I'm gonna look up the cast.
I didn't realize when they first revealed who his father really was. I thought they were talking about Cain at first. I'm like, I fucking knew that wasn't his son.
Your Spanish is horrible. I knew it.
You don't look Hispanic at all.
It's Zeke.
Yeah. How do I forget Zeke? Like, but yeah, that was funny. And then I'm like, oh, it's Zeke they're talking about. Oh, fuck it. Even though that's even way more juicier, but no, I did not think
that is way more interesting, especially how the episode ends, where I'm just like, yeah, I swear Monet be thinking men are stupid. He's just like, so Cain, you agree with this, even though I was gonna kill you an hour ago? Yeah, man, you don't even know the feelings I got for my dad. Yeah, let's do it. And it's like, y'all just think I'm fucking stupid, huh? You just think this is just stupid written all over my face. Mm-hmm. That's why I love when Mecca came back and he's just like, oh, Cain, you thought I was stupid. I know you stole my shit. I know you stole my shit and killed my men. I know this. I'm not stupid. Which leads me to believe, why did he kill Chef then? Is it something he found out after he killed Chef? Or was he just like,
I'd be mad to come out my dude for this fucking kid. This kid's been nothing but a bother.
That is very true. And look, I love how the women in Tariq's life are shaping up to mirror the women in Ghost's life. Like Effie, 1,000% is his mother. 1,000%. Effie makes no strides to get Tariq out of the drug game. She only makes strides to get him further in the drug game. Mm-hmm. Just like was it Tasha? Yeah, just like Tasha did. Tasha and then clearly Lauren is his Angela. Clearly. Now the one thing Ghost couldn't do was handle 3 women at a time. Ghost is just like, these 2 are enough. 3? No, I'll blow my brains out. I can't do that. So he's just like, all right. And here's the funny thing. He wasn't even juggling 2 women. He plain left Tasha for Angela. So it was more so co-parenting. It wasn't like he was trying to sleep with 2 women at the same time.
It started out by cheating on her, but at one point he's like, I don't even want to be. You don't want to be with me. Why are we fighting? At
that point, and that's what I loved about season 1 of Power. Very early on, Tasha was just like, you want to leave the drug game? nah, fam, we sell drugs. And he's like, why can't I just go legit in my club? And then Angela comes in and she's like, you have a legit club? I love it. And he's just like, yeah, that's the woman I want to be with.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
You get me.
you understand it. You understand. But no, I thought this is a really good episode. I don't know what to expect of this last episode, but I guarantee you, Lauren is not dead. The way Effie looked at what's his name, at Brendan, was a look of A, I knew you couldn't do it, and B, I'll handle it for you, but not really. Like, not really. But I think Effie just needed, if Brendan believed that she was dead, Brendan could sell it to everybody else, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that's what she needed. If she just left, then it's kind of just up in the air, like, well, where's the body?
Well, it was her that put it in Kane's ear, you know?
Yeah, it was. And I was just like, oh, you dirty bitch.
I know. I was like, why like, you fucking hoe?
Dirty bitch. And then when she gets back in the bed with Tariq, I was just like, oh, you dirty bitch.
I thought she was over Tariq. You know, like now she's weird. Weird kid. Weird bitch. I don't know.
Hey, like I said, they're trying to pull that Tasha connection. Which is funny because Tariq pulled a Ghost. Remember when Ghost said, Tasha, have some compassion. I'm mourning the love of my life. And Tasha's just like, bitch, what? So he's sitting there eating dinner with Effie, loving on Effie. And he's just like, all I'm thinking about is Lauren. And Effie's just like, bitch, what? Like, yeah. I'm here with you right now. What do you mean you're thinking about her? But that
was to be fair, that's fucked up to say to her, but you know, you guys are already broken up.
Like, yes, but Joel, they didn't break up because it was mutual. They broke up because he cheated with her. That's the love of my life. Her face.
I was with her before I was with you.
Yeah, how dare you make me feel bad about cheating on you with the love of my life? Let me mourn, Tasha. That's the coldest line ever in the history of television. Where you tell the mother of your children, how dare you? Let me mourn the woman I cheated on you with. Like, how dare you ruin this for me? Wow. So that's hilarious. But look, I will say this, outside of Monet, I love this cast. I love this cast so much. It's a very fun cast. Because I know Woody McClain used to be a background dancer for Chris Brown. Like, he's a really good fucking dancer. And then he became like an IG comedian. And now he's acting. And I fucking love it.
I don't know who the fuck you're talking about.
He's the one that plays Kane. Sorry.
Why did you just say that?
I thought I did. I'm sorry. I sometimes speak in my head, and I think I said it out loud. But I even love the guy who plays Drew. You know, and it looks like, did you see the credits for the next episode?
No, but I heard it looked good.
Okay, yeah, I won't go into that then. So overall, we both enjoyed this episode, and we can't wait. We can't wait for two reasons for this Sunday. Tommy's back.
Yeah.
And it's the finale of Ghost.
Yeah, I love it. I didn't know. I was worried that this was the finale. I'm like, this is how gonna end?
How dare you leave it like this? No, so we get one more episode. So I'm very excited for
well, this was the penultimate.
Say it again.
This was the penultimate episode.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Speaking of penultimate, we can talk about Ozark.
Good.
Holy shit, is that some of the greatest. By the way, my aunt just started it, right? And she was like, Juwaan, I watched the first episode and I went into the second episode and I had to stop. She stopped right where his daughter went to go on the boat ride with the twins when she was supposed to stay at the hotel.
Right.
And I told her, I said, I'm going to be honest with you. I tell people when I suggest Ozark, that Ozark should be like vitamins. You only take 2 a day. That show is very, 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 it's a lot to handle to try to binge it like that religiously, like watching a whole bunch each day. It's better to just ease your way into it because a whole bunch of shit happens that is just like, what the fuck? Which has happened? Like, what's happening here?
It's true.
And that's how I felt about this last season. Because you know what? I will say one thing I didn't like about this part season was I would have liked it more if they didn't show who killed Meth Lady and Ruth's cousin. Because I'm like, I would have liked to have thought it was the guy who plays Tommy. I would have loved to have fuck, he betrayed her. He betrayed her and he did it. But knowing who did it is just kind of like, it takes a little of the fervor out of it a little bit. But Ruth went ham. Ruth said, fucking kill me!
Marty she's a crazy bitch. But she's always been a crazy bitch, you know? But honestly, that's not her cousin, you know? He's a fucking idiot, you know?
He is. Everyone said, bro, don't go back. Don't go back. We're getting out of here.
Why'd you go in the first place is the first thing. What? Like, insane. I'm like, that boy. It's like, I bet he regretted everything as he sat down, see that gun in his face. Like,
yeah,
I knew this pussy was gonna get me dead.
Yep. Hey, but look, it was good. It had to have been.
It had to be good.
It had to have been. Either he never had it before, and that was the first time, and every guy.
It had to be.
Every guy knows that first time, you're just like, yo, I'm gonna marry her. And then you try another one.
That old bitch got my heart. Okay.
I mean, also, we do have to also cue in this. She's insane. I would not want to be the guy that sleeps with her and goes, yeah, it didn't work out. I want to see other people. I wouldn't want to be that guy.
Yeah, no.
I would not want to be
his cousin, he'd be alive today.
That is true. You know, and hey, Ruth, you own the strip club. Why wouldn't you get your cousin some? You know what I'm saying?
Word.
I'm fall in love with a stripper. That's just way more sane.
True.
You know what I'm saying? But no, this was a really solid season. I think my favorite part of this season is how insane Wendy is, bro.
She's crazy too.
When Homegirl was having like a heart attack and fell down near the car, and Wendy was just staring at her, I was just, oh shit, Wendy, you cold? Goddamn! Like,
yeah, she
you
is.
cold? But she's always been like obsessed. You know what I'm saying? Like obsessed. Like Marty is just like Ghost. Marty has said a million times, yo, let's get out. Let's get out. Let's get out. And she's like, nah, man. I love this money. I love this power. Like, we're gonna keep going.
I agree.
So yeah, she is just like, God damn. AJ Styles did win. He's in the Elimination Chamber. So he's the final member. But what did you like of this part 1 of the final season of Ozark?
There's nothing. They don't do anything wrong. That show is ridiculously good. Even if it's only 7 episodes of a part 1 of a 2 season, cool. Cool. I just don't want to wait too much longer before I have to see more, because it's just, I'm sad that it's gonna end, but I don't know how you can keep going. It's just
I don't think you should keep going. But he was on Jimmy Kimmel last week, and he said, excuse me, he said as far as he knows, it'll be sooner rather than later for part 2. So I'm thinking maybe spring.
I am happy for them. That is a really good show. Like one of the best shows on TV. Period. So good for fucking them, man. Ozark is good. I mean, there's nothing. Even the writing is superb. It's pretty crazy. It's really
insane, bro. Because it always swerves you. I mean, think about how last season ended, to where you see them arrive at the cartel boss's house. You're just like, you're gonna put a bullet in their head, and then when you shoot the other chick, you're just like, oh, okay. And then I love attention to detail. It's why I love what James Gunn did with King Shark. I love that right after that, you see them pulling chunks of brains out of their hair. And you're just like, usually movies don't do this. They just make you think the blood splatters on your face. And it's like, that's a whole brain. That's a brain that's there too. You got to get that off.
And the fact that they thought they were good. I mean, they can't. Nothing is easy for them. They think they're out of it, and they get pulled right back in. So it's just like, You're like, they're this close, dude, this close, but no, that fucking FBI agent has to be a bitch.
Yep.
When
When she did that, bro, I was just like, bro,
like,
do you not know that Marty knows where you live? He could easily just tell the cartel, like, hey, he lives in blah, blah, blah. Merker. Now. Do it.
Yeah. He's got balls, bro, because
he's got big ones.
I guess you should have saw it coming when earlier in that season she was talking to that one dude.
The investigator?
Yeah.
Yeah, the PI.
No. Yeah, I don't remember. The guy, I think the first episode. I don't remember. But I don't know. She's weird. And it cost him, man. It almost cost him everything.
It did. It almost got Marty killed.
Yeah, easily killed. Yeah, he was like, oh, motherfucker.
Bro, the way this show is written, I thought Marty was done. And I thought
that motherfucker, he's calm as fuck.
Way calmer than I think I could ever be. Way calmer.
He takes everything in stride. I'm like,
way calmer. Because I'm telling you right now, if that happens to me, the first thing the gunman is saying is, how did you manage to piss and shit yourself? Like, what are you doing right now? It's like, I'm scared. What do you want from me? Like, I'm scared. I don't want to say nothing. I just pissed and pooped myself. But you know, at this point, if you're Marty, you're just like, this has happened so many times. Like, so many times I've had to shit talk my way out of things with a gun in my face. At this point, it's just whatever. You know, fuck it. But Marty really did think like, this is it. Like, fuck. This is it. And then you know what I love most about this show? And it's why I call it white people's power. But what I love most about it is Marty is just like Ghost. Every time you're just like, okay, Ghost is good. He got it done. He got rid of this rival cartel. He can relax, just do his club. In comes someone else. And you're just like, God, he didn't even get a nap in before the world's ending all over again. Remember when he took out, when him and Tommy took out those guys, and then, when he took out the Russian dude. When they took out the Russian dude. And then right after that, Ghost is like, all right, we're good. You go your way, I go my way. The other Russians came in, and it was just like, God damn. Like, Ghost didn't even get a nap in before y'all are just like, all right, how can we fuck up your day today?
Yeah, no time wasted. Zero time wasted. Like,
Marty does the same thing. Marty's like, all right, good. We got this under control. We can move on. Cartel. Where did you come from? Like, what the hell? What's the problem? It's like, yeah, sorry. We couldn't let you rest. Sorry. We're
Apologies.
Here. Apologies. And I do want to say I hate Marty's son. I hate him.
I know you do.
I hate him so much.
He is annoying. I understand why he is the way he is right now, but we gotta look forward, man. We gotta look forward.
Yes, I want him to look forward to a barrel. That's what I want. I want him to look forward to a firing squad. That's what I want.
You gotta understand why he feels the way he feels.
I 1,000% understand that. 1,000%. Don't make me like him anymore. Look, to be fair, Joel, I'm an equal rights guy. I felt the exact same way about his sister when she was doing this shit. I kept saying, just murk her. It's okay. She's not that important. But then she became more tolerable. And then it was just like, okay, all right, cool. I forgive you. But her son?
She fell into place.
Yes, she did. She really did. When she hired that caseworker so she could be emancipated, I was just like, oh, you're trying to super guy. Like, you're trying. And then with the social worker was just like, the thing she told me, I pray it's not true. And I'm just like, oh my God, what did you tell this woman? Like, goodness gracious. That would make anyone's head explode. Just like, hey, my parents, they are laundering money for one of the largest cartels in all of the United. It's like, wait, I'm sorry, what? Like, I'm sorry, run that back again. But no, I thought it was a really, really, really good season. I'm with you. I kind of want the part 2 to hurry up, but take its time.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, the sooner it gets here, the sooner I watch it, and then it's gone, and then it's gone forever.
Yeah, it'll be gone quicker than normal because it's Netflix drops it all. So like,
right,
you can finish it in a weekend and it'll never come back.
Right, and it hurts. Like, at least with Power, the way that they softened the blow was that they were expanding the world. So you weren't just completely done. With this, they're not you're not gonna be. I think everyone's gonna be dead. So I don't think we have to worry about Marty's son taking over and that be the new series. I don't think we have to worry about that.
No, they are set up. He is set up to basically take over. Right?
He really is, which I'm like,
knows how to launder money. You're like, okay, weird.
I'm like, I think the whole reason why I love this show is that it understands not to go too far. Because I'm like, the way I look at this series is right now they're on Godfather Part 2. End it there. Don't do a Godfather 3. Don't do a Part 3. End it on 2. That's the best you could ever look to do. Because most series don't have consistent seasons this great. Like I know there was 1 or 2 seasons of Game of Thrones. I was just like, but Ozark is just, and again, obviously Game of Thrones is way longer, but
that's what helps it. I mean, what helps Ozark is that there's not as many.
Right.
So, and
that's what I respect it. It just understands its place. It doesn't try to do too much. It tries to stay in its own lane and then get the fuck up out of there. I appreciate that. Damn, I miss Dexter. I was about to say what were your thoughts on Dexter, but it's over. It's gone.
So
it's over. It's gone. But we got so much more stuff to talk about, Joel, before we get out of here. Let's start with Superman and Lois. You pissed me off, Joel.
Why?
Because you worked up in my head the greatest possible storyline they could have. And then it was Bizarro. And I was like, no! Why? You had
it was just a theory that I had.
You sold me on it, and I told you if it doesn't happen now, I will never watch CW ever again. And that's the stance that I've obviously went back on because I'll be watching it tomorrow. But but you sold me on it, Joel, and I needed it. So when I saw this big body come out of that cave, I'm like, oh, it's Doomsday. It's just like the comics, just like the cartoons. It's Doomsday. And then when he takes it off and you kind of see it, it's like, that face looks really fucking familiar. And then it fully comes off and it's just like, oh, why?
I see what you did there.
Why? That I swear, if I'm being completely honest with you, Joel, completely honest, that is never a character I ever want to see in any Superman mythology ever. It's just it is just my opinion. I fucking always thought he was so boring. There's just other better Superman villains to utilize.
Oh, I like Bizarro. I always like Bizarro. I have a special connection to Bizarro though, because he's definitely a character, especially the last couple of years, that has grown on me because of the fact that he was added to like Red Hood and the Outlaws as part of the Dark Trinity, and he was the Superman character, obviously. So, and I love the way they used him on that. He became more of an anti-hero in that regard, because there's 2 different ways you could approach Bizarro. There's the clone, the fucked up clone version, or the alien, like different world, Bizarro world,
right,
version. And I'm not really. To me, it looks like they're using Bizarro World because I don't know what the fuck that necklace is, but that's something new. I guess it's a play on the fucking #1 Bizarro thing from the comics, but still, it doesn't say that, so it has to mean something.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, finish.
No, I always like the fact that all his abilities are backwards, and it looks like he actually talks backwards. Because I was watching Pagey, and they said that once you when you hear him talking, if you reverse it, it actually says what he's saying. So I'm like, that's pretty cool. So he actually talks backwards, like the Tana does, but it's not magic. It's just the way he talks. Because everything's reversed. So I'm like, all right, it's not what I expected. Not that nor that something I wanted, but look, I expected. I was expecting Tyler Hoechlin to play a different version of Superman, and I got what I wanted, just different character than I expected.
Yeah. Way different than you expected. That's
I thought it was gonna be Cyborg Superman, but no, he's playing Bizarro.
Yep. Yeah. I when I saw it, I was just like, damn, man. I was really hoping Joel's theory was coming true. I was so hyped, bro. I was so fucking hyped. And then I think what enhanced it was, like I said, seeing him come out of that cave looking just like Doomsday.
It was a swerve.
It was a swerve. It was. And look, they're good with the swerves. We said it before. We didn't see John Irons coming. We were very curious on how you were doing an otherworld Black Lex Luthor. Like, what?
Yeah, that was like
how are you going to explain that? And then when they were just like John Irons, and then we saw the suit, I remember we were just like, bravo, freaking vo, man. That's awesome. That's a really good swerve.
That looked like fucking Master Chief. What the fuck?
Yes, he did look like Master Chief, and we will get to Master Chief, but that's exactly what it looked like. So I thought that was interesting and interesting as hell. But all right, I didn't see Naomi. I think what I'm gonna do is what I was telling when we were telling, was it Jamie? I think we were telling Jamie. Jamie was saying Jamie was behind on Peacemaker. And we were saying, just wait till Peacemaker, the whole season's over, and just binge watch it. I think I'm going to wait till Naomi gets to the mid-season break and then watch it all the way through. Because I think if I keep watching it week by week, it's only going to make me not like it. So I think if I see it as a whole, right? Like when she expands her abilities more. Because I told you my biggest problem is just like her powers just don't really seem cool to me. Really right now, because I'm like, I think she's gonna do the whole Naruto thing when the wind keeps moving. I'm like, is she doing the Naruto special move? What the fuck is going on? So I think when I see it more so as a finished product, I'm not saying I'm gonna wait till the full season's over, just till the break. I think I'll enjoy it more that way. But Batwoman happened, and
it did happen.
The way they write these heroes sometimes is just very frustrating. The fact that she fully knew exactly what she was doing, being Poison Ivy's lackey, essentially, getting the power and everything, and then the fact that she killed someone. I love how the team was just like, it wasn't you. That wasn't you. We forgive you. It's cool. We're not even going to turn you in or anything. Forget that family that no longer has their dad or husband. Fuck them. And I'm like, I'm so confused. Are they forgetting how in control she actually was?
But that's what I keep telling you. She really wasn't. Like the whole time, they made you think that she was liberated or whatever, but she really wasn't. That's why I knew she was gonna come back. And I knew someone was gonna bitch about it. But I'm like, she's not fully in control. Felt that way, but that's not what it was. She's not in control. She was not her.
That's very.
I've been saying that.
That's very.
I've been saying that.
Because she tells you something completely different. She keeps telling you, I know exactly what I'm doing. I want to do this. And it's my only way of getting you to see me outside of just the person who patches you up. So I'm like, well, if she's saying this is me, it's very confusing when you're saying, well, it clearly wasn't. She didn't know what she was doing fully. And it's like,
because they also said that it wasn't her in full control.
Yeah, that fucking goodness gracious. But then to make matters worse, they double down on her fucking brother, and I'm just like, God damn it. I was really praying that Poison Ivy was the overarching villain, not her brother, and it's just like, God damn, man. Right back to where I didn't want to be.
He's unbound.
Goodness gracious, I hate this so much. But anyway, what were your thoughts on this latest episode of Batwoman? Shit,
yeah, Batwoman. Yeah, I'll say Batgirl. It was good. It was fine. It was interesting. I didn't dislike it or anything. I haven't disliked anything of this season. It's also not like completely interesting. If that makes sense. I like what they've done, but I also think they could do better. That's how I feel. You know, it's not the best they've done. I like more parts of last season than this season. But I did enjoy seeing Poison Ivy as Poison Ivy. I think what the worst part about this season is that I tend to forget what happens week to week with the show. I have no idea what's going on. I'm like, if I saw it, I forgot what happened. Like, yeah, it's a very forgettable season so far.
100%. I 100% agree with you.
I'm like, what happened last week? I forgot.
So much of this season is just like, That did happen. Shit, I forgot. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I'm like waiting for something interesting. Not that it's not interesting, it's just not that interesting. It really, it really isn't.
That's very fair to say. It's very not that interesting.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
not boring. Like I'll watch the whole episode without being really bored, but I'm also not super interested. If that makes any sense.
that makes perfect sense. I think that sums up exactly how I feel. But yeah, look, it just has to get better. Like I said, I wish they would just listen to us and make season 4 the exact storyline that we said it should be. Because I'm telling you, it would do numbers, bro. That show would do numbers. It would unite all geeks. People who hate CW would go, this is pretty interesting. I'm telling you right now, AJ would watch because if there's one person AJ's been just dying to see, it's Lady Shiva. It's Lady Shiva. I'm just saying. Just saying, CW. Apparently, Grant Gustin has signed an NBA type contract, a 1-year deal, a 1-year deal to play with the Golden State Warriors this season. No, he signed on 1 more year to complete another season of The Flash. But it's sounding more and more like Grant is saying, I don't want to keep doing this, so figure something out. So I'm very curious. And I know what you're going to say, but I'm just saying I'm curious if making this season about the kids is more so ushering in something new so that when Barry is gone, that we still have a Flash. Because obviously with Oliver, you doing it the way that you did it, there was no way to bring her here and keep her here. And it makes
don't want her here, so let's keep her there.
That's fair. No problem. No arguments to that. But with the kids, I think that's more interesting having those 2 kids as the main speedster.
That's my only issue. I like the idea of it. I just don't like both of them. Like, why do you need both of them? Like, I don't need 2 speedsters. I never do. Like, I really don't.
I don't disagree, but I kind of think if you're CW, you've backed yourself into a corner because then it becomes, well, then how do I choose?
The Tornado Twins.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I choose? Like, I just brought in Bart. How do I then tell everyone, well, no, he's gone because we want to use not Impulse. I'm sorry. Yeah, she is Impulse, right?
No, he's Impulse.
He's Impulse. She's Access or some shit.
Access or something. Yeah.
Fucking stupid name. But yeah, so that's why I think if they go forward with these kids, it's to keep them both. But I think the best way to do it is that neither one of them have unlocked anywhere near their full power. So there's stuff he could do that she can, and stuff she can do that he can't.
As long as they're different.
Not just running fast. It's not just we run fast. You know what I'm saying? So that
I wouldn't be surprised if they are part of Justice U. You know what I mean?
I very much could see that for sure. And I think Justice U could be a way to kind of get rid of 2 shows in one. I think Justice U would be a great way to get rid of Legends and Flash. Because you could just strip both of those for their parts and put those.
There's nothing from Legends that you want on there, trust me.
Really? There's no young characters at all?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I misspoke then. I thought I don't watch this. I thought maybe there was a youth movement over there with that shit.
You wish. No, it's random movement. It's random.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Good. People like, okay.
Every day, Joel, you successfully remind me why I just don't watch it. Like, why I just don't put myself through that shit. I can't.
Well, I mean, guess who showed up though?
Who?
Reverse Flash.
The actual
Reverse Flash. Yes.
Okay. I like that because I'm like, the CW would have you think he does not exist anymore. And
Matt Lesher. Yeah, he was in it.
Thank goodness, because I thought
in the last episode.
I thought the only time I'd get to see that man was on Narcos.
No.
Narcos.
Apparently, he didn't die when we thought he died. The last time we saw that version of Reverse Flash.
Wasn't that when he became a ghost? The black flash, or what did they call it? That was
Zoom.
Oh fuck, that was Zoom. You're right. Okay.
But the Black Flash, I think, is the one that brought him back, and they made him like the keeper of the fixed point, some weird shit like that. So now he's like stuck guarding this fixed point in time. Yeah, it's weird.
Ill. But okay. All right. Yeah, so outside of that, it's cool that Grant signed this deal to kind of finish out the Flash, and whatever we're getting from this season isn't the final season. We can warm up to a final season.
Yeah, it does look like this season 9 will probably be the end of it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we kept saying anyway. We're like, it seems like it's going to end soon eventually. So if it's 9, cool. It'd be Arrow by a season.
And you know what sucks? Trayvon's going to connect those dots of, I told you the movie was going to cancel the show. And we technically can't say that he's wrong. Because we don't know. We don't know if... We don't know
how it worked out.
Right, but we don't know if it's ending because Grant doesn't want to continue or if it was a studio decision.
Yeah, but it shouldn't. Like, honestly, at 9, we're good with 9. And, literally, if it works out right, season 9 will be out around the same time the movie comes out.
Right. Which will be awesome because we wholeheartedly believe that we could see Grant's Barry in the movie. So that would be just really awesome. That'd be an awesome kind of just tying of the knot. But all right, let's move on. We got a trailer, which, by the way, good job, Paramount Plus, on fucking things up. Good job telling us, hey, stay tuned for Halo, the trailer, during halftime. And then releasing the trailer 3 minutes before halftime. So I'm sitting there, and when everyone was just like, oh my God, the trailer dropped. I'm like, is my TV not caught up? I'm fast forwarding the hell out of the game, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And I'm like, oh no, they're just idiots. They dropped it before halftime. Like, what was that? What was
drop it after you the TV spot, you fools.
Right. I'm like, why would you do that? But anyway, great trailer. I mean, great trailer. I didn't want to bother you because I know you're not that well versed in Halo, but it was also a Sunday, so I didn't want to bother you. So I went live with Jamie and Trayvon.
I'm a little offended, but okay.
No, I honestly, I swear, I usually always want to pod with you on a Sunday, like whenever something pops up. But I'm like, Sunday I attribute to family time. So I'm like, I'm going to leave him. I'll podcast with him the very next day. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's a Thursday and I got to wait all the way to Monday. I wouldn't do that. Oh, shit, it was.
Like, I was stuck.
I wasn't even thinking that. It was. Fuck, it was. Now I feel really bad.
Dick.
Damn. Well, I mean, look, we're talking about it now. It's not like I skipped the whole topic. It was a great trailer. A really, really, really good trailer. I love Cortana. Jamie was not that high on Cortana.
Same Cortana from the games, though, right?
No. Jamie didn't like the human look of it. Wanted it more AI. Kind of like Gideon. Kind of like how Gideon is. Gideon literally just looks like an AI. That's Cortana.
But
This Cortana looks more human. Like you just took a human and put a green screen behind her. It's just like Cortana. There you go. I don't have a problem with it. I just wanted Cortana, and I felt very good that I got it.
I don't know what she looks like in the game, so I can't really. Can't speak on it.
Like I said, it's more of an AI look in the game, and this just looks purely like a human as an AI. Like I said, even when we did when we went live, I said, Jamie, do you mean something like Gideon from The Flash? And she looked it up and she's like, yeah, something more like that. So to kind of give you
Gideon's now completely human.
That is true. that is true. Gideon also was a ship at some point.
Well, Gideon is still the ship.
It's still the ship?
Yeah.
God bless you, Gideon. But no, like I said, I enjoyed everything of this. And look, I hope the trailer was an inkling into what I can expect of the show, which is the motherfucker is in that helmet 99.9% of this fucking show. And as long as that's the case, sign me up because the fucking Spartans look dope. Albeit one of them looked like one of the ARC troopers from Star Wars. One of the guys in the back of that one shot. I'm like, is that Star Wars? I'm like, Star Wars did just take Halo. Is Halo taking Star Wars? The fuck is going on here? But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Seeing the sword was freaking awesome. Anyone that's ever played Halo knows Close combat, you don't shoot, you stab motherfuckers. You slice it.
Unless you have a shotgun, and you're like,
unless you have a shotgun, that's for sure. But Joel, what were your thoughts on? And by the way, it comes out March 24th. March is a very busy month. Goodness gracious, nothing else come out in March, please. But what were your thoughts on the first official trailer for Halo the series?
I'm truly impressed. Really liked it. I was cheering for it because I had a lot of issues with losing director or showrunners or whatever. So I was worried, but I'm very happy that it looks really, really good. I saw some people complaining about it, but you know what? I just at this point, everybody complains about everything. There's like some people are just never happy. Like it's just I can't stand people in general at this point. But it looks good. I have no idea what's there to complain about, but I'm also not a diehard Halo person, so can only speak to like the multiplayer really, because that's the only thing I've ever really played. So it looks, but everything I've seen looks great.
Yeah, I mean, and look, that's why I said I appreciate you having that stance. That's why I always tell you I like to sometimes not know about things. So that I don't have expectations, sometimes unrealistic expectations for what I want things to be. So not being a diehard Halo fan, but at least knowing Halo is a very good position to be in because there's nothing the show could do to disappoint you. You know what I'm saying? It could only be. Wait, what did you say?
There could be some things, but
what? Name some.
It could be bad.
Oh, no, I was just about to say, unless it's just a bad show. But I mean, like, there's nothing accuracy-wise that if they don't do would upset you because, you're not that invested
I don't know.
in the world of Halo. Right. But yeah, I'm very much invested in Halo. And like I said, my only issue would be him having this helmet off. That's it. Anything else I could accept. I've done this with Marvel. I've had to accept every fucking changes they made throughout this Disney Plus run. So I'm like, I'd be a hypocrite if I looked at Halo and just judged literally everything and hated it forever. I had to swallow so much shit from the MCU this last year. So I'm like, Halo, as long as his helmet's on all the time, I'm good. Cortana looks awesome to me. The concept looks awesome to me. I'm fucking good. I'm good.
Aliens.
Yeah, aliens look amazing. They look just like the video game. So I'm like,
that's what you don't like. You don't want it. You don't want the game to look better than TV show or movie.
No, hell no. I looked at this Master Chief and I'm like, damn, this looks way more crisp than the video game. Like, it looks great. And all the details of his armor are awesome. And I love the line towards the beginning of the trailer where she's saying, we enhance you. So I'm like, I wonder what those enhancements are because it can't be weapons. It has to be there's something in that suit that you can utilize. No. I mean when she was saying that she upgrades them. When she was saying that we can upgrade you. So I'm like, I'm very curious if that's suit related.
It's a song. That's what
that is a song by Beyonce, but don't sing it, Joel. So I'm curious on what some of those upgrades are. So I'm very excited to see what they do with Halo. So I can't wait. So I'm glad you enjoyed it also. Yeah, we finally know that Batman's tickets go on sale February 10th.
Officially.
So I expect you to take that day off, Joel, and make sure that you secure tickets for all 4 days.
What's that, a 10th? 10th is a lot.
Yep, February 10th. That has to be like a Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, it's the middle of the
Super Bowl week. Yeah, that's Super Bowl week.
It's a Thursday.
It's a Thursday?
So it'll probably Wednesday going into Thursday. So right. At least I don't have to get up to go to work that day. Whoa.
Goodness, because I need you to spend all your time making sure Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are all reserved.
Actually, I'm gonna contact my movie going compadres and let them know ahead of time. Look, this is gonna be a bitch probably to get, so I'm gonna let you know right now. If you want to go, let me know so I can get these tickets and
immediately. Because
so we don't have a same situation we had with Spider-Man.
There can be no tomfoolery. We are seeing this movie Thursday. That is the end all to be all. And you still refuse to watch the funeral scene, even though Matt Reeves officially released it.
No, I saw it with when Matt. He said Riley released it in 4K, and I'm like, ah, fuck, I'll just watch it.
Yeah, and it didn't really give much, but I will tell you,
No, it didn't.
if the tension in the rest of the movie is anything like that one scene, I'm not ready for this. I'm gonna need my asthma pump. I'm gonna need a whole tank of oxygen. I'm gonna need everything. I'm not ready for this. That was some of the best visuals I've seen Matt Reeves utilize. The shot where he looks at the kid and then the kid looks up and then he looks up and then you see Riddler there and then the car just comes plowing through. Just so much about that shot was awesome. I still can't get over. Hey, Bruce Wayne. Bruce just looks away like,
he's like, oh god, it's awkward.
He's like, shut the fuck up. Like, clearly I'm eavesdropping. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But if you're Bruce,
I gotta get better at this.
I was just about to say, if you're Bruce, you just have to be better at eavesdropping than that. You can't fully look at someone and think that no one's gonna notice that. Like, you're looking at them like, what are they saying? It's like, bitch, I feel you on my neck. Like, what do you want?
I will say his look now as Bruce Wayne has definitely grown on me since the beginning. Because I'm like, that hair, it took a little bit, but he looks great as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I don't think I ever gave it much thought. His look really.
Yeah, his hair was longer than I expected, and it hung down. I'm like, oh, but now I see it in full form. It's grown up.
Yeah, apparently he and Catwoman went for the same haircut. He was just like, all right, we got one budget.
You got longer hair than she does.
We got one budget for haircuts, and it's short. Everybody's short. But no, I'm really excited for this movie, man, and I hope whoever leaked that scene stops leaking shit. Because between now and in March, I don't need Matt Reeves to give me every scene that's leaked in 4K. So whoever you bastards are that leaked it, just stop. Don't do any anymore. Don't do anything else.
Go to hell.
Yeah, we already have enough TV spots by the day. We don't need any more full scenes. That's it.
Yeah, I was good. I don't really need to see any more. But Jesus, it's hard not to see though. It's right there.
It is. And look, we not to call us out, but we tweeted all. So I mean, I know one day I got the alert and I was just like, oh, something Batman. I'm like, oh, maybe it's new information, and it was a clip, and I was just like, I didn't want to watch that. But yeah, so tickets February 10th. So make sure you guys are marking your calendars.
I also want to remind people it's 2022. I can't stop writing 2021. I just can't. It's just so people know to write 2022 when they put down dates. So then.
Oh my gosh, I'm living in the past, Joel.
I can't stop writing 2021. It's like muscle memory.
Oh my goodness! At this point, Joel's just like, "Fuck it, it's 2021. Fuck it, I don't care." All right, let's move on. Shit, what was I thinking? I just forgot what I was gonna bring up. Fuck. All right, let's talk about Titans. We got some casting news.
Good.
Lisa, pronounce her last name, Joel. I'm not even gonna
try. I gotta look at it. Well,
Balavinar. Balavinar.
Baltazar. No.
Lisa Bulbasaur. It's been cast now. Give it a shot. See if you can
do it. Then her name is Lisa Ambalvanar. Ambalavar.
Is that Spanish?
I don't think so.
Because I never know with these names. I'm like, I don't know. Is it because that matters when you're trying to pronounce something? Like, what is it?
Well, apparently she's British. She's a British actress.
Mm-hmm. I've never met someone that's Spanish and British. Man, that would have to be confusing. What are you saying right now? Like,
I have no idea what she is. So.
Nah, it doesn't really matter. I was just curious.
Doesn't say.
That's because she's fully become Jinx now. So there is nothing. But Lisa has been cast as Jinx in season 4 of DC's Titans. I'm gonna just say this. Me and Joel saw this, not the casting. Let me just make it very clear, not the casting.
Yeah, I don't even know.
But their route for villains, we saw this coming so long ago. Because I said it bothers me that there's no Cyborg to make this even more like the animated series. That was my biggest problem, and we said this last year, like towards when Titans first came out last year. So them using Jinx in Brother Blood, is not a shock. Mother Mayhem is the shock. Because I'm just like, Mother Mayhem. Like, I'm like,
she's mixed. She's Indian. That's what she's has. She's probably half Indian because she says she's mixed.
Okay.
So she's Indian.
Okay.
Which is good. I think Jinx is Indian.
Oh, then there you go. Works out. Franca Ponte.
Wow. Franca Potente.
Okay. Say it one more time. That was great, Joel. Say it one more time.
Franca Potente.
All right. Anyone that knows Joel does not often speak in Spanish. So when you get a
I'm pretty sure that's also not Spanish.
Really?
I don't think so.
I am just not good at this, am I, Joel?
I'll get it right now. Hold on, watch.
Let's see.
Damn it. She's German.
German? That doesn't sound like a German last name at all.
Yeah, she's German.
God, come on, people.
You know who she is? She's from The Bourne Identity.
No, I know exactly who she is, yeah.
I didn't know. German.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know
her surname is not German, but it's Sicilian. So still, which is like Italian.
Okay, then we got to get Pete here to say it. All right, so don't say it no more, Joel. We'll wait for tomorrow and make Pete say it.
But she's from Germany.
But Franca has been cast as Mother Mayhem in season 4 of Titans. And last but not least, I don't know why this isn't all together. Let me right here. Joseph Morgan from Animal Kingdom and Brave New World.
Yeah.
Haven't watched either one of them.
Brave New World. You should know him from one show, The Originals.
No, never watched that show either.
Oh my God.
Is reportedly our Brother Blood for season 4 of Titans.
Yeah.
Very intriguing.
Second time I got a CW. Well, we did get Brother Blood in the CW.
Yes.
And we had Brother Blood on,
Very faintly. That was.
Yeah, it was one season.
Yeah, but that's also not what I want people to remember Brother Blood for.
No, I mean he was also in and so was Mother Mayhem. Judas Contract. Right?
Mm-hmm. And obviously, anyone that watched Titans, the animated series, knows very well about Brother Blood, knows very well about Jinx. Jinx and Cyborg had a little thing going on.
Yeah, they had a little thing.
And they made a whole bunch of hentai for it. Don't ask me how I know. I don't Google these things.
I don't want to know how you know. I don't know why you would want to look that up.
I don't spend my 3 a.m.s just Googling these things to see if they exist. Come on now, that's crazy. But no, so look, these are cool castings. These are cool. These are characters that outside of, like I said, Mother Mayhem that we saw coming. So none of this shock.
Every season we get one more member of the Fearsome Five. So it's like,
yes, we do.
Except the first one.
Also, if you're Titans, there was really no other place to go, but to eventually land here. So now that you're here, my question is, when you're done with here, what the fuck do you do for season 5? You've kind of
given us the Fearsome Five. They're not done yet.
Oh yeah, you could do Fearsome 5. Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, because right now you're doing Brother Blood,
right.
So you're basically setting up the Fearsome. Like we got Shimmer in season 2, Gizmo in season 3. We're gonna get Jinx to season 4. We're just missing 2 more, Mammoth and Simon.
That's it, and we better get those motherfuckers. All right, before we get out of here, Joel, let's talk Peacemaker and let's talk the Book of Boba Fett. Peacemaker was great. I was actually talking this with Joe. And Joe is just like, when you get to the end of the episode, obviously what Adebayo and Myrn go through, he's like, there's no way they kill Adebayo. And I was just like, well, I don't think they will, because I think this entire team will be back for season 2. I drastically doubt they die. But I said the only reason why, Joe, her death is possible, I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm saying it is possible. That character is made up. That's not a comic book character. That's made up. So I'm like, there's no attachment outside of just James Gunn loving the actress of keeping the character longer than however long you want to keep her. But I said it's more likely that the next episode starts with her wife looking for her because she wasn't answering the phone. And then Myrn killing the wife and Adebayo escaping to get away from Myrn. I see that happening more likely, like her wife biting the bullet than Adebayo. But this is a great episode, man. And I love James Gunn coming out and saying that John Cena's whole argument with Economos was that was all John Cena. That wasn't in the script. That was all Cena.
Hysterical.
And it doesn't shock me because the man's magnificent on the microphone.
Well, he obviously has a talent.
So absolutely.
Up off top of his head.
Right. Most of that is improv, doing a lot of the wrestling.
The fact that he can rap, like on the spot. That's not easy. It's not
at all.
That's a talent.
So yeah. And what a lot of people don't realize is to do microphone work in wrestling is a lot harder than actually acting, mainly because John Cena can't go in the middle of opening up Monday Night Raw. Shit, I forgot my lines. Cut. All right, audience, pause. Let me remember my lines, and then let me come back and do it. No, you got to do it right then and there, which is why if you forget your lines, you just got to improv it. It's like doing Broadway. These people don't know what this play is, so if you mess up, they don't know you mess up. Just keep going. Fucking say anything. You know what I'm saying? If the play is Macbeth and you want to just start rapping, just start fucking rapping. Who know? They don't know that. They don't know that Macbeth wasn't rapping. But no, I really did enjoy this episode. This was a lot of fun. The only thing I was a little disappointed in was I was really hoping that gorilla would lead the crowd. Yeah, I was hoping that he would lead the crowd.
I knew you'd be disappointed.
Yeah, but, I was very disappointed.
I sat there. I'm like, oh, that makes sense now. I'm like,
man, because again, I didn't think Grodd would be someone we saw. Let me be very clear. I didn't think we would see Grodd. I was just hoping these were the breadcrumbs to maybe getting Grodd in a Suicide Squad movie.
I knew there had to be a reason they made it a point of emphasis that we knew that a gorilla was missing.
Right. So I'm like, well, that has to be Grodd. I never would have connected that to the butterflies ever. I'm like, that seemed way less plausible. What'd you say?
I said we weren't supposed to. We didn't know they can get inside animal heads,
Right. Or asses, apparently. Go through your ass.
Any orifices.
Right. But what were your thoughts on this episode?
It was great, man. I love. It's very bloody. The fucking chainsaw through a gorilla chest is not expecting any.
Not at all.
Like that.
Peter had to be sitting there just like, oh, you think this will stand? Okay.
I don't know if Vigilante was so butthurt. He was like, he could have just tossed it to me. I would have.
He was very upset.
He was so mad. He heard me say, "That's all I wanted to do." He's so mad. He's so mad.
All I wanted to do was chainsaw somebody. Why would you take that from me? That's all I wanted.
So funny. It's so stupid.
But what else did you like of the episode?
The Kite Man reference in the newspaper.
Yep.
I was like, yes, all right. Okay, like
we're getting closer. We're getting closer to Kite Man.
I never thought I'd want to see fucking Kite Man, but yes, that fucking cartoon made him so popular.
Yes, it did. And look, to me, it doesn't stop there. To me, it doesn't stop there. I want to see Condiment King. It don't stop there.
The rivalry between Condiment King. Oh, if anyone's gonna use him, it's definitely gonna be fucking James Gunn.
Yes, sir.
Condiment King.
Yes, sir. And I hope that he does. I'm very excited for the possibility of those two showing up. I don't know why, but I'm very excited for them.
Condiment King upgrades the hot sauce, and he's deadly.
Oh yeah, and I need him to, if he uses hot sauce, to use the commercial. I put that shit on everything. That's what I need. I need that line. I need that line desperately. I need it. But what else did you like from this episode?
Oh, what else did I like from this episode? Gotta remember it.
It wasn't really
I
no,
love-
it wasn't really anything else huge.
what was the bulk of it? I mean, I love the camaraderie. I like that Harcourt is getting more softening up around them. They have a group chat now.
11th Street kids.
Yeah, so stupid. He's like, I love like every James Gunn main character has an obsession with 80s rock.
Yes. Yep.
But that's just his
No,
thing.
the bulk of the episode was them going on the mission to the factory,
Mhm.
them killing everyone in the factory.
That was cool. Watching them kill everyone in the factory.
The biggest thing is the episode ends with the cops surrounding Peacemaker because she finds out that they did plant the wrong fingerprints on his dad, and then she goes to her uncle, who's a prosecutor or whatever.
Mhm.
So that's pretty much, and then obviously Adebayo finding out that Myrn is
a butterfly. Yeah. Like, whoa.
Right, that's
I mean, we
like
knew
the highlight. And his dad does say in the episode, we got to get out of here. And the guy's like, what are you talking about? And I think he alludes to the fact that he wants to go kill his son. So that lets us know that he's going to be suiting up soon.
Yeah, probably. Because they went after Peacemaker. Obviously, now they're going to they're assholes. But what was the X-ray helmet? I love that we got to see him use a different helmet.
Yeah,
that's cool. I like that. Respect. It's rare that he did take a lot of them, so I wanted to see him actually use a different one, and he did. So that's cool. And he looked cool in it. You know what I mean? I can't wait to see what the other helmets.
The other helmets do. Yeah, I'm with you.
That's cool.
And I want them to figure out a way for next season. Figure out a way that one helmet does multiple things.
Yeah, that'd be cool. So it's not just one.
Yeah, because him taking a duffel bag with him everywhere he goes, full of helmets, is just weird. So fucking weird. So I hope they.
It'd be more strategic in a game though. Like if you were playing a game and if you were Peacemaker, you'd actually have to. All right, I'm gonna need this helmet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and knowing the game, they'd probably make it where you have to find the helmets, and once you find it, then you can use it. That's fine for a game. Yeah. I mean, and look, it's working for the show, so that's not me complaining. I don't have a problem with it. It just seems more logical to figuring out a way to make all the things in one helmet. It's just not practical. You already have a bag full of guns. Now the other shoulder is a bag full of helmets.
Right.
It's just not practical.
Some Deadpool shit.
Right, Deadpool exactly. Shit. Right. Only for Deadpool to just leave all the guns in the car.
Right, exactly. I left them all. Fuck.
But he did give his maximum effort. That's for damn sure. But yeah, I enjoyed this episode of Peacemaker. Peacemaker's been great, man. It really has.
I was gonna bring it up to you. Like, we don't have a DC review show. Like we have Marvel and Star Wars, and it's not fair.
But we only don't because if I could get us to figure it out exclusively on Tuesdays, it would open up Thursday for me to just make that a Peacemaker day. But because so often we have to push it to Thursday, because people can't do it on Tuesday, it's then what leaves it like I'm not gonna have us do, especially me and you, do the Peacemaker show and figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
I don't mind. I mean, as long as it gets done, I just think it's at this point. I'm like, why does DC not have one? And it doesn't even have to be just Peacemaker. I mean, Peacemaker, CW shows. I mean, DC has mad shit out there.
Oh well, the CW shows we could never do live because we don't. Me and you don't watch them at the same time.
No, but we could always do the week before. Because it'd be Thursday, so we could do last week's, instead of being current.
Yeah,
I watched them. I just watched them today. Like by the time we do the show Thursday, I've watched them.
Well, then we could do this. We could do a recorded show. We don't have to go live for it. We could do a recorded show.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It don't have to be right.
Yeah. But for the other DC TV shows that are like weekly, like Peacemaker, Titans, and stuff, we could do that weekly. That's fine. I just got to make sure that the day that we're doing it, because it can change. Like when we do the Disney shows, that's Wednesday. That never changes. So if it's Thursday, it has to stay Thursday and never waver. Because then that's how you lose your audience. Telling them like, hey, it's Thursday, and then it's Sunday, and then it's Monday. You know what I'm saying? So
I get it. I just thought I was thinking about it. I'm like, it's kind of fucked up. Why does DC not have one?
And trust me, I've thought about it. I really have thought about it. But also, I do also feel as though I do way too many fucking podcasts as it is.
We do. I mean, you do one normal people do. This is. I mean, I do more than I even like, but
yes, Joel does
even it out. You know,
podcast than he wants to. But the man's committed to the friendship, so I appreciate it. All right, so Mandalorian. Book of Boba Fett. Sorry, confused about it. No, all jokes aside, no. Book of Boba Fett. I appreciated the episode. I mean, again, I get people are so hung up because you didn't see Boba Fett at all, but I told you I attribute it to almost being the same thing as when Boba Fett popped up. He overtook that episode, albeit Mando was in it. But people were only talking about Mando at the end of that episode.
With Boba Fett.
With Boba Fett. Sorry, yes, was Boba Fett coming out of that episode? So it's the same thing. Only slight difference is you just saw one of the characters in their respective shows for the episode. But this was good story pushing. This was good storytelling. And I'm gonna pass it to you, but I'm gonna drop a little nugget on you, Joel. You ready for this?
This is a gold nugget.
It is a gold nugget. I actually shitted it out, so you'll enjoy it more.
Perfect.
Tar Vizsla, that the armorer refers to. If you think about it, in the course of The Mandalorian and Book of Boba, what is the one thing Boba's never been in the same room as? The Darksaber.
Oh, sorry.
Darksaber. And the reason why I say that is, what a lot of people don't know is Tar Vizsla, who was the first force-wielding Mandalorian who created the Darksaber.
That's right, he was force user.
Tar Vizsla. Guess who Tar Vizsla killed? Jango's family. He killed Jango's family. And then that was when Jango, the Mandalorian that raised him, that was when he became like the leader of the Mandalorians before they exiled him. But Tar Vizsla killed Jango's family. Killed almost literally his entire bloodline. The only person that survived was Jango's sister. But it leads to the fact that I'm curious, does Boba know about the history of the Vizslas, let alone the Darksaber? And maybe does Boba think the Darksaber could be the power he needs to overthrow the entire underworld? So I'm just again, this is something that probably will not play out, but it is canon to Star Wars right now with Jango's history of being a Mandalorian and Tar Vizsla's history. Clearly that we just heard the armorer spew. So I just wanted to throw that in there because I thought it was really interesting of the connection of Boba Fett in the Vizslas. But anyway, what were your thoughts on this episode of Book of Boba Fett?
Awesome. It was a great episode. I was one of those people, though, that complained. I'm like, he should have at least showed up in the episode. It is called Book of Boba. But the episode was great mainly because I fucking love Mando, right? So he's a great character, and we got to see him do his shit. So it was really fun watching Mando do Mando things with the Darksaber and the spear and all his weapons and the armor again and one of the Vizslas, and then the battle on the over the Darksaber and the train ride, which was really fun. With the fucking kid that reminded him of Grogu, and then the making armor for Grogu. I can't wait to see what it looks like. And then him going to what's it called, Tatooine, back to Tatooine, and linking up with that chick that seems to be his mechanic. So he got back with her, and he's like, "I needed a ship. I got you a ship. This is a ship. This is a ship. This looks like a fucking what the fuck is that? Old ship." I can't fit anybody on that ship.
The first thing I told Joe when we did his review show is the first thing I said was, I swear I hope that this season ends with Boba going, I heard you were looking for a Razor Crest. I just so happen to have found one for you. Just to get me the fuck out of this, like this little fucking pea shooter of a ship. No, I need my gunship back. I need my gunship. That gunship is tied to Mando. And it's fine to utilize this for a little bit. Maybe this ship is even what's going to help them save the day in this season of Book of Boba. but I don't want this to be a mainstay, and I don't think it will be. I think they understand that the Razor Crest can be to Mando what Slave One is to Boba. So he's gonna get his shit back. I hope. I really hope so.
I mean, and hopefully he does. But I also like, if he doesn't, like, the ship looks really cool. I mean, I really do like that. It's basically the equivalent to a muscle car. That whole scene was really, really cool. Like when I saw what they were trying to do, I'm like, I see what you're saying. I see what you're doing. It doesn't have to be his only ship, but it is his speed ship. And it needs to get around quick. It's the fastest thing. I love that. The fact that it's that quick, that it can move that quick. For getaways, it's fucking amazing. And I loved the whole scene was really cool to me. I really appreciated that. And hopefully it gives it a name. I want it to get a name. And of course, it he eventually links up with Fennec, and who asks him to help. And so now it's the question is like, we know he's gonna show up. We just don't know if, well, I guess the next episode probably goes back to Boba and what he's doing, and then he'll show up randomly, either in this episode or the finale, and to help out during the war. And then we'll probably save what we expect in the Mandalorian for the Mandalorian, So we'll see Mando. That
we'll
whole
flashback. Yeah, we'll get a flashback of him visiting Grogu and Luke. Only for Luke to go, what the fuck are you doing here? Like I've had weeks of training this kid to forget about you. Like, why are you here? Like you have
He's
to
like, it's nice that you showed up, but like the whole point was you never see him again.
Right.
Like,
you're never to see each other again.
We don't want we're trying to avoid
yeah, we don't need Anakin. We don't need Anakin all over again. So no, thank you. I've seen it with my dad. I don't need that again. But no, I do hope what they're building up to, because Joe even said it, and I'm like, they're not going to do that. Grogu's not going to stay with Luke long term. By the time Grogu leaves, that's probably when Kylo is old enough for Luke to train him, and that's where Luke's focus is.
Someone mentioned it. I know you don't like the ship, but there's a whole spot behind him for the fucking Grogu right there.
No, 100%. I'm with you. I'm with you. Look, I told you when they're done with the Mandalorian, I want the Grogu-lorian. I want the spinoff series to be Grogu.
I don't know how long it takes them to get older, though. You know what I mean?
Well,
we know it. He could be a badass. I would love to see what a young version of that. Because we never see the middle. We see really fucking old and now really young. We don't know what it looks like in the middle. Like prime.
I see what you're saying. Well,
you know
no.
What I mean?
Well, no. If you read the books now, you see Yoda younger. You see younger.
How much younger? Does he still have his cane?
No cane. There's no cane. Because he didn't have the cane.
Yeah, he had the cane in the prequels, so he was old though.
Like 20 years.
When we saw Yoda the first time, he was what, 900 something?
Yeah.
So imagine.
Yeah, he had the cane. He had the cane in Clone Wars, but
and we don't know how old Grogu is, right?
Say it again.
So we don't know how old Grogu is.
No,
was he 50 or some shit?
Yeah, we don't know exactly. We just know that he was alive during Clone Wars, and it was like, well, I don't know how long
he was alive during Clone Wars.
Or at least during Revenge of the Sith.
Makes you wonder, because if they take age along, it takes a while. They age slowly, right? Obviously. But how quickly do they mature is really the question.
But I think what you want more so is for him to grow.
Yeah, like a teenager.
Yeah, you want Grogu to grow.
Right. But they don't get tall, because I can't imagine unless they can't get tall and shrink when they get old. It's possible, but we don't know enough.
That's definitely not the case for that race. But I do think. See, it's tough because I think Groot was such a unique situation, but usually you don't want your moneymaker to grow outside of what makes you money, and what makes you money is him being pocket size. But I've also seen Yoda jump around with lightsabers, and it's like I don't know how appealing Grogu size would be with a big little toddler.
That's why I would love to see him kick ass, but he's also really small.
He's really small, so yeah, they'll figure something out. That's a cool medium. But I want the Grogu-lorian. I told you my dream is that Grogu becomes the second force-wielding Mandalorian. He has the armor, the ears stick out, so you know it's always Grogu.
Because his size doesn't give it away.
No, not at all. Not at all. People are just like, who is that?
Is
It's
that
like,
a
oh, that's
midget?
obviously Grogu. It's like, who else do you think that is? I don't
You're
know.
lucky you gotta look down. I'm assuming it's not a human.
You don't know, Joel. You don't know how short humans can be in Star Wars. But no, I do want the Grogu Lorian. I want that. I want that bad. I want when Mando rebuilds Mandalore for Grogu to be with him. And them to kind of rule Mandalore together. That's my dream. So no, I do not believe that Grogu will be around by the time Kylo accidentally burns down the temple. That people keep wanting to see. I don't know why that's something people want to see.
It won't happen for a very long time. So,
but I'm like, everyone died. Why do you want to see him part of that? Like, I don't understand. Why are you guys in such a rush to get to that? Like, I have no interest in seeing Kylo Ren anytime soon, at all, in any medium. Like, I'm good. I'm good for now. Let's focus on other things.
And you can have Force wielders without them being Jedi. That's been proven.
Right. Yes. 100%. Shit. You know, it's gonna be very interesting. And what's gonna be super cool, Joel, is when he sees Grogu and Grogu goes, "Look what I got! I got lightsaber." And then Din's just like, "Well, look what I got! I got lightsaber too. All right, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's go fuck some shit up." And Grogu's like, "All right, bye, Luke."
Why did they give him a little mini lightsaber?
They will, because you remember Yoda's lightsaber is not the size of Anakin's or Obi's or Mace's. His is small. His is a little small, compact one. Because you can't make it that much bigger. They're heavy. Yoda wouldn't be able to be freely jumping around with this heavy ass.
They gotta build their own too. That's what I'm saying. How long does it take this kid to get older? Not that I want him to go. I'm not in a rush. He's a cute motherfucker. But
yeah, that is also interesting where crystals are at this point. Because remember, Rey was using Anakin's lightsaber. She didn't make her own until later on.
Right. Wherever Luke is, they have to have access to some shit.
There's Jedi temples, I think, that still exist. Not many, obviously. Clearly, Vader was just like, temple, gone. But there's still some. But I am curious about that crystal and when Grogu makes his. Because that's not easy. That's the hardest part of your Jedi training is building your lightsaber. Because you have to become one with the crystal.
He doesn't even talk yet.
No. Not at all.
This is a very good guy. He's a baby.
Yeah, it just points. Just like that. I want that.
Eat shit.
Yeah, he just eats everything. That's why I'm very curious with how much money Luke is spending during this training. Just like, Grogu, all right, I bought you a fridge full of food. You can't just keep eating everything in a day.
Right.
There's other people here. Shit. But no, I really did enjoy this episode. I enjoyed the moments with the armor. I enjoyed the history lesson. Obviously, I knew the history lesson, but I enjoyed seeing how canon it is. And then I love that the Armorers clan of the Mandalorians just do not fuck with Bo-Katan and the Death Watch. They are just very much like, fuck those guys. Like, fuck all of them. I hate them. So I thought that was pretty awesome. And then obviously seeing the scene from Terminator 2 put in the Book of Boba Fett was also awesome with the death of Mandalore. That was great. Seeing all the T2s.
That looked like looking like Terminator. Yeah.
Seeing all the T2s come out and Arnold Schwarzenegger pop out. That was awesome. That was really cool.
Did you see the tweet from what's his name? God damn it, what's his name? I'll find it. I'm looking through my thing now.
Go ahead. What was I gonna say? What is it from?
Star Wars.
Move to that. Oh, it's still Star Wars. Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah,
so I can move to
that. It was a couple days ago. Probably that third. Oh, Sam Witwer. That's who it was.
You know how much I love Sam Witwer.
Yeah, he's like, because because Katie Sackhoff tweeted something, so he responded to her. She's like, yeah, she wrote the quote that the armor said that Bo-Katan Kryze is a cautionary tale.
Mm-hmm.
And then he responded, yeah, says the lady still wearing horns on her helmet. I respect Mandalorians.
Yeah, that's for sure. I was explaining to Joe, because Joe was saying he saw some video. The armorer is not part of that Death Watch that sided with Maul. Her helmet, because again, if you look at theirs, their horns were way more accentuated. Hers is more so just an older relic of what the Mandalorians used to look like. But it is funny to think about, like, you look just like those pieces of shit that you're talking shit about. But I do like to see how some of the Mandalorians view Bo-Katan, especially Vizsla. I'm very curious how Vizsla views Bo-Katan. She served with his kin. So I'm like, does he hate Bo-Katan? You know, is there some love for Bo-Katan from him? Have to imagine it was. She served pre-Vizsla till the day he died. She loved pre-Vizsla. So yeah, so I'm very curious how the Vizslas view Bo-Katan. But yeah, I enjoyed this episode.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I didn't even want to say what that was. But moving on. Goodness gracious, that scared the hell out of me. Anyway, moving on. Mandalorian. Shit. The Book of Boba Fett. Return of the Mandalorian was a great episode. What else we got, Joel? Was that it? We went through everything. I feel like I'm looking through now.
Shit. I just wrote down a whole bunch of shit.
I don't want to talk any of the quotes of Matt Reeves about the Batman.
Well, I mean, everything they're saying is amazing.
It 100% is. You're absolutely right. We could talk really quickly. Tim Roth spoiling to us what we already knew, but Tim Roth.
Now, considering everything we know now, it's not as shocking, but still, at least now it's confirmed.
I mean, we thought that because the first thing we said was it's very likely that Bruce probably develops the tech that is then used to help him become human again. Right. I'm just more so curious what the look of him turning into Abomination looks like. Because it looks very painful for Bruce, but Abomination's turn looked very painful when he first turned, and you hear like his bones snapping and whatnot. So I'm curious to see that.
And that's how they fight the budget too. Like, it doesn't have to be the Abomination the whole time.
Yeah, they're pulling the Sandman. They're pulling the Sandman. Yeah, that's it.
He-Man, Masters of the Universe.
Oh shoot! Yeah. Sorry, so sorry. I completely forgot about that. I'm just pulling up on it now. Actually, as you were saying that. And I want to talk James Gunn before we go. So these are the last two things: the He-Man and then James Gunn before we get out of here. Okay. So Masters of the Universe movie is moving to Netflix and will star Kyle Allen as Prince Adam / He-Man. Filming set to begin summer of 2022 and is directed by the Nee brothers. Now, on Instagram, the first thing everyone kept saying is he's too scrawny. And my first response was, well, you're looking at the guy that'll be Prince Adam most of the time. They'll do something for He-Man. Like I said, that's going to be their struggle. Because we said before we wouldn't be against casting someone who looks more like He-Man and then just regulating to where you're just He-Man more than you are Prince Adam. It just made the most sense. But to get this actor lets us know he'll be Prince Adam a lot. But then he'll have his moment towards the end of the movie where he becomes He-Man. And I'm very curious what that even fucking looks like.
I'm very curious. I has to be a different actor, right?
I mean, I assume, because look, this isn't Shazam, right? Where it's like, all right, well, Billy and Shazam don't look the same because it's a completely different.
One is supposed to be an adult version of him.
Right. So when you look at He-Man, you're like, well, it looks just like Prince Adam, just bigger, right? He doesn't look drastically face-wise different than Prince Adam.
But so I'm like, I have no idea it was fucking him. So
that is true. But He-Man was pulling some Superman shit. So
what I'm saying, like, there's got to be an obvious difference. If Tila didn't catch it, that bitch is always with him.
That always, and she.
But it's like Lois Lane, like Superman.
Lois Lane slept with Clark Kent and was like, I don't see it. I don't believe it. But yeah, because what I don't want to see is them using his face on a different body. I don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? Like taking someone's actual bigger body and then just melding his face onto that. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm curious. I'm very curious
I am beyond curious how they're gonna pull that off.
because I'm telling you right now, the only thing that can make this movie bad, besides it just being bad, is you fucking up He-Man. So
It's very simple.
you've
Just
kind
get
of
a male
painted yourself in a
He-Man,
very
start
tough
there.
corner.
Yeah. So work backwards. You know, start from the top. Nail He-Man and go from there.
Now I want to ask you this: Kanan had posted that his fan cast for Skeletor is actually Sabrina's dad from the Sabrina Netflix series.
I like him.
Luke Cook is his name. It's Skeletor.
Right.
I wouldn't hate it.
I wouldn't.
To me, my only issue with Skeletor is, are you doing mocap? Because if you're doing mocap, then you could use anyone's voice. They don't actually have to be the actual in the suit doing the action.
It depends on like how far are we gonna see his origin, you know, before he becomes Skeletor type shit. Like when he was, because that's his uncle, right? Some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, all right, so you're like, if we do that, then you definitely get an actor, and then whoever's the actor obviously does the voice, but the story or some shit, you know. It's funny how I learned a lot of that shit from that new He-Man series. not the Kevin Smith one, the other one.
Kitty one?
Yeah, I learned a lot of shit from there. I mean, it was Kitty, but it took a lot of lore. It just twisted everything.
Damn, I haven't watched it. So
I never did because I never watched the original He-Man, so I don't know the story.
Oh,
but
man,
this show does the origin over again. Like it reintroduces everything. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
I haven't watched it. I know it just got renewed for a season 2, but I haven't watched it.
It was all right. I wouldn't say this is the version of He-Man you should love. No, but I learned shit. Like I said, I learned a lot. I mean, it just took everything and twisted and modernized it. It made it more.
I also told you though, you have my stars. He-Man is on there.
Yeah, but I never liked the old He-Man.
Fair enough.
I like the new one. So like I'm all 100% behind the new Masters of the Universe and down with that. And whatever comes next, because that looks good too. But I can't wait to see a live action version. Like see what the Man at Arms and Tila and He-Man and whoever else they decide to put as part of this team. What's his name? The little wizard thing.
Oh fuck! I can't remember his name. Fuck.
I forget his name. Fuck.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. I'm on the spot and it's midnight. I can't.
The worst. You're the worst. That guy. Definitely them.
Yeah, everything we saw from Kevin Smith's team.
Yeah, and what's his name? The cat, Battle Cat. The
fuck. What is his name?
Come on, Juwaan, you're a fan.
It's late. I can't remember anything.
Battle Cat when he
yeah, he turns to Battle Cat. Yeah.
Right, but that's not his name.
No, that's not his actual name. No. Yeah, we're not gonna figure this out. It's okay. We can move on. Last thing before we get out of here, James Gunn says Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will be the last time we see this team together. Who do you think we would be saying goodbye to, Joel?
Hopefully nobody, but probably everybody.
I don't think everybody. I think, like I said, my guess is going to be the same guess I've had. It's Drax and Rocket. I think those two go. I think Drax and Rocket go. Because to me, I'm like, you can't kill Gamora again. Wait, say it again.
I don't want to see Rocket without Groot or Groot without Rocket. It's weird.
I don't hope that Rocket dies, but he just
look at Trayvon. I don't want to like put that in this atmosphere. You keep doing
that. Yes, I will continue to put that in there. You telling me I'm getting a backstory of him very much feels like.
So
goodbye. That's 100% a goodbye. Yeah, because I'm like, Gamora's not gonna go. You just killed Gamora. Quill to me would make no sense. I don't think anyone gives a shit enough about Nebula for that to matter. So I'm like, the only three that would really matter, and Mantis, no one really gives that much shit about. So I'm like, the only three that really would have an impact, because either no one Because either it's someone that hasn't died already, or it's someone that's leaving, or it just makes the most sense is either Groot, Rocket, or Drax.
It can't just be one. Why does it have to be two?
It doesn't have to be two. But you telling me this is the last time we'll see this team together, but only one person's missing. I'm like, well, it still kind of feels like the whole team. Like, if Drax dies, it still feels like the Guardians of the Galaxy. Yes, I'll miss Drax for sure, 100%. But once you throw Nebula, not Nebula, I'm sorry. Once you throw Nova in there, I won't care.
Yeah, that's if he joins.
Nova better join the Guardians, Joel.
If they're still Guardians.
They better still be the Guard. If all of them are alive, especially, they better still be the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy. The fuck kind of shit is that? We're all still together, but we don't want to be Guardians of the Galaxy anymore. We're just.
Well, I mean, we said it's over, so maybe they're trying something else. Like we heard, what's it called? Damn, they're doing some other. They're gonna try another team. You can put Nova on that team. It works.
What team are you referring to?
I can't remember the name.
No. Not the name. Does this team exist in the comics?
Yeah.
Who's on the team? Because that would help me.
Had Silver Surfer, I think, was on it.
Not the Defenders, right?
Oh. I told you about it. I remember I sent you the picture. I had Ronan the Accuser on it. But now that he's dead, you can always throw in a Nova.
Silver Surfer. I think we're ways away from Silver Surfer being on the team.
I'm just saying, like there's another team that they're rumored to show up in the future.
Okay. I don't think that should mean that we don't get Guardians of the Galaxy anymore. I think that's ridiculous.
I'm not saying you should. I'm just telling you that maybe if they want to shelve it, they have another team they can work on.
Oh, now see that is different. If we're talking about we won't see them for a while, that's fine. That's completely fine. There's so many other stories to explore. I have no problem with that. But to me, that's just the equivalent of going like, well, Stark and Cap died, so it's not called the Avengers anymore. It's like, well, wait, what about everyone else that's still here? Why can't they be Avengers still?
No, we're gonna get a lot more space shit.
Yeah, so I'm like, my point just is, I don't think James Gunn should hold the power of saying Guardians of the Galaxy is done. That's it. There's not a team no more. It's done. Like, no, that's fucking stupid. That's ridiculous. No, I don't think he should have the power to do that. You can kill a motherfucker or two, but no, I don't need that team to not exist anymore. But if you're shelving it, I'm fine with that. There's no problem with that. But all right, I think that's all me and Joel got for you guys. That's really it.
Oh, not really. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't see anything new. Dungeons and Dragons series, TV series.
To me, because I know nothing about it, cool. I've nothing to add.
I'm excited, especially now that I watched that new show, Vox Machina on Amazon. It's pretty cool. I like that show.
Not either.
Yeah, I recommend.
What's going
Well,
on?
I always wanted to play D&D. Maybe one day.
Dan's still willing to get us into it.
Who?
Dan.
One day.
Yeah, they still play it.
Well, you don't stop, man. Well, apparently when you start, you don't stop.
Yeah, and I have a very addictive personality, so that's the last fucking thing I need. But I did get this before we head out. This just came in the mail today.
Hey, that looks good. I can't wait.
So
I did not get it because I already have too many things to play.
Yes. And I only got it because I exclusively play my Switch. So it worked out for me. I saw people complaining that it's not as open world should be. And I'm like, it's a Pokemon game. To me, Pokemon has always been open world. Open world to me is just you can go wherever you want with no restrictions. And that's always been Pokemon. You can travel to whatever town you want, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what open world are they looking for? Like, I don't understand. That's like saying Grand Theft Auto is not open world enough. You can go anywhere in the city you want. Yeah. What else do you want to go to the moon? Is that what you're saying? You want to be able to build a spaceship and fly?
Not linear. You can do whatever. You don't have to do it. You don't have to go in a straight line.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that to me is those are my you know that. That's my favorite games. I like where I have the freedom. in The Witcher, if I want to just ride around on my horse and just start murking people, I can do that. I don't have to just, you have to follow this. I don't always like that. Don't force me to do shit. Don't do that. I don't like that. I just play Hitman. I was thinking about you actually. I just downloaded Hitman on my Xbox, and they were telling you like, all right, you're gonna poison the soup, then you're gonna drop the chandelier. Joel, I walked in that showroom and I put 4 bullets into people's heads, and I just ran. Like, don't tell me what to do. Don't do that. Let me figure out how I want to kill these people. So I'm very excited. My main thing is, like I said, I want to see all the Pokemon that I could use. Because right here on the cover, you can't really see because it's so bright, but Cyndaquil, the fiery Pokemon that looks like a little, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I love him. I that's the Pokemon I want. I want that. So I can't wait to see how many.
You want to know what the starters are, you're saying?
Right. Yeah. So I haven't played it yet. It downloaded. I made sure I charged my Switch up, so when I was done with this, I can just relax and just drift into Pokemon. So I'll let you know how it is, and as soon as I beat it, I'll pass it right off to you.
Yeah, I know. My thing is, I'm still on Ghost of Tsushima. I'm in the middle of the island still, but I like to finish everything, so it's going to take me forever to get through that game.
Right, but luckily for you, I believe, because I don't think we'll get another Pokemon game anytime soon within the next 2 or 3 years. If they do, they're fucking insane. So that means they'll do with this game what they did with the last one, which is add-ons. So I could be playing this game as long as you're finishing Ghost. So by the time you're done with Ghost, hopefully it's the same time I'm done with this, and then you can maybe get into it a little bit.
Hopefully. I mean, I have 2 new Switch games. I bought Hades because it was on sale, really? And I'm like, fucking this, I wanted.
Have you played Crash yet?
No, I still have Crash.
Yeah, I'm coming to get that.
For Christmas, I got Metroid Prime. I mean, Dread, the new Metroid game.
You haven't played it?
I haven't touched it yet because I have no time.
Next time I see you, I want to play Crash. So I'm coming to get Crash. When you're ready for it, I'll give it back. But I want to play Crash. I didn't even beat it when I gave it to you. I just remember saying like I didn't want to keep playing it. I had too many games at that point for Switch, and I beat them all, so now I don't care.
Didn't touch it yet. I have also fucking Borderlands.
Yep. I part of me knew you didn't beat Borderlands.
I haven't touched Borderlands. I played a little bit, and this Ghost game takes me forever, and I want to beat it. And like I started the Witcher 3 DLC. Mm-hmm. But I haven't played that either because it plays so similar to Ghost of Tsushima. I don't want to like confuse the controls. I don't want to forget. Like I know I'm gonna fuck up if I switch over and start playing Witcher. I'm gonna forget how to play Ghost, and I don't want to do that.
Yo, I swear to God, I've never loved a friend more than I love Joel. That is the funniest shit I've ever heard. I can picture it in my head, Joel going, "Okay, hold on, everyone, shut the fuck up. Okay, A was for this, X was for that. Fuck, this one doesn't have A. This one is circle. Okay, no, a whole rewrite. we gotta rewrite everything. This is too confusing."
We play similar but different. It's a similar game,
right?
Because it's a lot of the same mechanics, but it plays very differently.
But Ghost of Tsushima is more so a straight line, right? It's not open world.
It's very open world.
Oh, it is. I haven't played it. I was asking. It is open world. Okay.
Too open world. Fucking, I can't. Too much shit to do. I'm like, come on.
Wait, do you get a horse?
Yeah, you get a horse. Okay. Thank God everything is fast travel. As soon as you beat an area, you can fast travel there.
Oh, I hate that so much, Joel. Right.
You know how big that fucking island is? I'm not gonna sit there.
You've played Red Dead Redemption 2. You've ridden horse.
I took trains as soon as I could. Like we're taking this train. I'm taking this train. If it's far, I don't mind riding if it's close. But if it's far,
which by the way, I blame Tia. As soon as I saw Tia saying like she just downloaded Red Dead Redemption 2 for the first time, I was just like, yeah, I haven't played this in a while. So I re-downloaded it. Man, when I tell you I spent all day Saturday just playing Red Dead Redemption 2, I lost track of time. I swear to God, when I woke up on Sunday, I was just like, whew, that was a great nap. And then I was like, wait, football? Oh my God, I wasted a whole Saturday playing this game. That's why I told her. I said, my Saturday consisted of 3 things: coffee, cocaine, and Red Dead. That was my day. My day was shot. It was gone. That was it.
There was no day.
There was no day. There was none. But no. So yes, I'll let you know how Pokemon is. Let me know how far you get with Wow, they actually are saying on the back here it's action meets RPG in a new kind of Pokemon adventure.
It looks fun. Like it looks real. I mean, I saw the trailer. I remember seeing the trailer and going, I might get that game because I'm like, that looks cool.
Luckily for you, you will not have to spend a dime. So that's the positive side of it. You won't have to spend a dime. Yeah, but yeah, my next game I'm getting is the GTA trilogy. I've never beaten San Andreas.
Never?
Nope.
Like I don't even like GTA. I think I played San Andreas probably the most.
Yeah,
I want to say maybe not. I don't remember. I played a little bit because my friend loved that game, so he was always playing it, and I play with him, or I just do whatever the fuck I wanted because that's all you could do in that game, basically. So
whatever you want.
But that's also what I don't like about it because like I like missions, I like doing stuff, but you could do that if you wanted to. But when I played with him, it was just freelance. Yeah. I don't like shooting random people. It's not me. That's not. I don't find that fun. I don't. I actually like having something to do.
I'm only laughing because the last time I played GTA, a bus was driving by, and I just threw a bomb at them. Like there wasn't even like a reasoning for it.
I don't like that. I don't like for no reason. I don't like it. So stupid.
No, but my Grand Theft Auto of choice was Vice City. That's my all-time favorite Grand Theft Auto game of all time. Vice City.
I still remember the soundtrack from the first game, Liberty City.
Liberty City is part of the trilogy, so it's Liberty City, Vice City, and then San Andreas.
I feel like that fast car. I forgot which one it was, but there was a lot. They were fun. I just I remember in San Andreas you can like lift weights. Shit.
Yes. Yeah. And San Andreas was the first GTA you could go to a strip club.
Yeah, they had Rocket Pack in that game too, right?
They did, and that's what made GTA so enjoyable for me was the cheat codes. And seeing that the person would just go like this when you're typing it in, like that you're hitting so many buttons. So he's just like,
yeah,
all of a sudden he's just holding a gun, and you're like, all right, yeah, it worked.
It's Jack.
It's funny you say that because I Googled cheat codes for San Andreas because San Andreas for Xbox was free. So I downloaded it and I put in all the cheats, and one of them was the jetpack. And I'm just like, this is so weird. You're in the hood. This is the weirdest place to just be like, yo, I got a jetpack. You got a what? Like, why? Why? I don't understand. But yeah, so I want to get that trilogy game. So that's my next Switch game. And then I'm not buying another game till Sonic comes out. Sonic will be my next purchase.
I want to get Sifu next, but that's coming out way too soon. So maybe I'll wait. But I do want Sifu is the game I want next. But I also got to leave room for like, what's it called? Midnight Suns is coming out. I need
and apparently more DLC for Marvel's Avengers.
Yeah, I'm always ready for that. You know, I have it still downloaded, and whatever comes. But the hell's it called? Gotham Knights is another one.
Suicide Squad. My god, I forgot about that. I forgot about those games. Holy shit.
Yeah. So those are all the comic book games that I want. Right. But I'm like, aside from that, Sifu, I want The Legend of Zelda. What's it called?
Breath of the Wild Part 2.
Breath of the Wild 2, yeah. Breath of the Wild 2, I want that. There's probably other games I haven't figured out yet that come out this year. I forget. I don't know if God of War.
It's just too fucking much.
There is. Everything I just mentioned is a lot, believe it or not. Shit.
Like, how does the world not understand? We have to pay for movies and video games. Like, relax. Like, one of you calm down. You both don't have to calm down, but one of you needs to relax.
Well, that's the best thing about playing from behind. Like, I'm catching up. So most times the games I'm getting are cheaper because they're like a year away.
Yeah.
So I get the benefit of playing them cheaper because I don't play them. Like I got Ghost late, and I'll probably get a lot of these new games late because I'm not done with Ghost. Ghost is fucking unbelievable how long that game's taking me. But I did enjoy it. It's a fucking great game. He's fucking cool. I haven't looked in the way I want. So far, I'm getting bored with it. I want to switch it up, but I can't find the right colors or the right. Fuck, it's a lot.
God bless you, because from doing Red Dead Redemption 2 to doing Ghost of Tsushima,
It's the same shit though.
that's what I'm saying. It's just
Yeah.
it's long.
And Witcher. I did Witcher. I did Ghost.
And Witcher is one.
I did
Because it's
Red
one of
Dead,
those games. It's one of those games like when I play
Legend of
Spider-Man.
Zelda. They're all the same. They're all the same games.
Right. And at least when I play Spider-Man or I play Gotham Knights, I know what I'm working towards, right? Like you're working toward the Court of the Owls, or you're working through Penguin or whatever. So you know what the end goal is. But for a lot of these games, it's like Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't know what the fuck the end game is of this. Like you don't know till you get further in the game, and then you're like, okay, that's what the end game is.
You can
You don't
skip all
start
that and just do the story. You could do that. Like I could have beaten the game already, but because I like getting through all the side shit, and every time I see a question mark, I have to go. I have to go there. So
no, I do the same thing, especially when they're just like, yo, you want to go hunt a bear? And I'm like, I do want to go hunt a bear. Yeah, all right, fuck you, main story. Let me go kill this bear real quick.
So I could go through the main story real quick. I just don't want to. I want to get there with it while I'm getting everything I can in the way. Once it's out of the way, I will fucking do the story. And I'm like right now in the second island. It's one big island, but there's 3 sections. I'm in the middle island, and I've only liberated like a quarter of it. But
Look,
I've
not even where I need to be yet.
the bottom part of the island. I already completely liberated. Like it's mine.
Fucking Joel. But all right, guys. So we let you know what shows we enjoyed, sports we enjoyed, video games we enjoyed. We let you pretty much know every fucking thing.
Yeah, that's much to do about nothing. Because for you, it might mean shit.
It might mean absolutely nothing, but to us, it means everything.
Yeah.
So we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please stay tuned for Figure It Out this week. Top 10 with Tia this week. Obviously us doing Galactic Review on Wednesday for the I almost said the Mandalorian again. The Book of Boba Fett. And then I'll figure out with Joel if we could do something live for Peacemaker this week. That might be fun. That might be fun.
DC deserves it.
I don't disagree. So yeah, I'll work that into the schedule. So stay tuned, guys. But in the meantime, please check out all of our old episodes of Much Ado About Nothing. We just did a Halo trailer breakdown. Check that out. We didn't get flagged, so apparently what I did was good, turning down the volume, so like there was no audio to it. We just spoke over it. So that's good. But make sure you guys check all that stuff out and all the content we have on our website and on our YouTube channel, and follow us on our social medias. But till next time, guys, peace.